This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and welcome to this afternoon. Good evening. Oh my goodness, all kinds of turnaround, folks. It is the Oilers. It is the Blues at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here today between two teams coming in looking for that win early on in the season. The Oilers looking to go above 500 for the first time since the opening game of the season and try and go out there and win themselves another game in a row. The first time they've potentially won two in a row all season long if they can get it done tonight. And secondary to that, the St. Louis Blues coming in for a matinee game at Rogers Place. Always a good time when you get one of these down at Rogers Place early on in the season. I've been to one in November 2019. You know what? It was empty, it was quiet, but it was good hockey, and it was a fun game, that game against the Dallas Stars back in October 2019. Now, that said, let's go scout the St. Louis Blues a little bit. We'll get to the Oilers lineup in a little bit, and then we'll get everything figured out here in a matter of moments. I promise you that much. So to the standings we go quickly to see where everyone's shuffling out here early on in the NHL season. St. Louis Blues, where are they? Well, they're sitting not too, oh my goodness, I can't get my scrolling to work here on the computer. All kinds of discombobulated early on here. Well, Blues, they've played two games and won them both. The Blues are undefeated so far this season. They have a 9-5 goal differential, and they've got 4 points on the season. They come in after a win against Columbus on Saturday and a win against the Seattle Kraken on Wednesday. So the Oilers now go ahead to face the St. Louis Blues this afternoon to try and yet again hand another undefeated team a loss to start the season. Wouldn't that be something going there? That's for sure. If the Oilers could get that going tonight or this afternoon, I'm going to mess that up. Please pardon me. That's going to be my Achilles heel all afternoon long, is saying this evening, just because it's Saturday, right? Simply put, it's Saturday. We should be watching it about 8 p.m. thinking, man, I'm going to regret this tomorrow morning when I go to wake up and get out of bed at 9 o'clock in the morning. But that's all said and done. That's fine and dandy. And folks, let's get to it. For the Oilers today, we've got a lineup courtesy of Bob Stauffer. We'll mute the scoreboard for the time being and get the Oilers lineup versus St. Louis. Kane, McDavid, Yamamoto, RNH, Draisaitl, Hyman, Fogle, McLeod, Puljujärvi, Ryan and Shore, your 10th and 11th forwards, Nurse, Ceci, Kulak, Barry, Murray, Bouchard, and Marcus Niemelainen, your 7th defenseman for tonight, with, of course, Jack Campbell in net for the Oilers. So there you go. That's your lineup. That's all you need to know. That's what you need to know to start today's broadcast here on Dolynny TV. We're 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, and I've spent more time apologizing for stumbling over my words than I have getting you anything of substance Oilers-wise. But for the Oilers this afternoon, it's a matter of one of those. You got to keep the high-scoring, high-flying antics alive, but you also got to tone down the goals against, and I think Jack Campbell would be prime suspect to be wanting to tone down the goals against, right? I don't think he's looking to come out here tonight and give up another 4 goals against. I think today, hopefully, Jack Campbell decides to stop some goals and allow us to win this one with only 2 goals against, 1 goal against maybe. I think that's asking too much, but 2 goals against, that would not be a problem at all if we could go out there and win a game like that. St. Louis Blues, obviously, they're a hard-working team from everything we know over the past few years. And secondary to that is, you know what, the Oilers have not had good success stopping goals against early on this season. So we'll see what that ends up doing for them today against the Blues. Epiphany comes in. Yeah, right, that's the problem. We are too used to Hockey Night in Canada, so here I am bobbling over myself because it's Saturday. It should be an 8 o'clock game, and instead we're starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon after it snowed all morning here in southern Alberta. Now let's get the first goal tonight and less time on the PK. That's another big part of it too, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And I think that is the big part of it for sure for the Oilers tonight, is simply put, again, right? You started well against Carolina, and the reason you won that hockey game is because you went out there and got the first goal of the game, so do that again. And secondary to spend less time on the penalty kill. That's been a problem all season long. I think the refs are calling again penalties a little bit heavier than they will the rest of the season, but The Oilers heavily penalized so far to start this season. Thankfully, the penalty kill has been half decent, and the Oilers should be able to survive long enough to get back into some kind of regular routine with power plays and penalty kills being a little bit more minimalized on both sides for teams in the NHL. That said, Campbell trying to prove Murray is a downgrade. Well, that is the big thing, but realistically, we go back to that comment from Epiphany and talking about how for the Oilers, the D's got to be a little more in your face. I don't even think it's the word tough that you need to use here. The D just needs to be a little bit more in your face, make you earn the inches of ice in the offensive zone a little bit more. Right? I think 2 Svechnikov goals against Carolina, the D kind of let him just walk in and allow him that shooting lane. So just again, maybe see what you can change there and hopefully kind of step up a little bit more on guys entering the zone a little sooner than maybe you did last go round on Thursday night against the Carolina Hurricanes. That'd be at least my key to victory on that one, and hopefully the Oilers can get that going. That is for sure. Looks like there's a penalty coming up in this Minnesota-Boston game. And Kaprizov's going to go to the box for tripping. So talk about penalties at costly times. The Minnesota Wild might have just cost themselves the game here in overtime with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go, with Kaprizov going off for tripping, getting that stick right in the feet of the forward in the offense or defensive zone. So again, what do we make of it? Sorry, just a sec. All right, that's taken care of. Text messages coming in. You guys should know the routine by now here with how these live streams work. All of a sudden, I go live and I start getting tons of text messages. People, I'm surprised nobody's come in here and thrown me for a loop in the comments section of the stream so far. That normally happens early on, pre-game kind of style stuff. So we're not too concerned. Only getting 1 or 2 texts to begin. Haven't gotten the Snapchats in yet, so we're having ourselves a good start to the live stream. A little bit more tame start to the live stream. Don't mind me, because that will be hopefully a good sign of things ahead for us this afternoon here on Dolynny TV, as the Oilers would like to start roaring out of the gate, and maybe we shouldn't. So hopefully that's, like I said, a good sign for us, hopefully. And let's see what else we can find here. If there's any news on the Oilers this afternoon, I don't think there is. The Oilers coming out of the tunnel tonight, or this afternoon. Jack Campbell leading us out. And some warm-ups were done and dusted. And afternoon roll call for the Oilers with a chance to win a Jiffy Lube gift card. Could have used that the other day getting my oil change, let me tell you. But that's fine and dandy, folks. We are 7 minutes away from game time, just about there. Yeah, I guess really it's been slow news days in Oilers land, because obviously too at the same rate we don't have the cap space to be calling up guys, sending them down, calling them up, sending them down. And with Holloway injured, we can't exactly afford to do that anyways. So it's one of those situations where the Oilers like what they've got. We've run the same lineup 2 games in a row now, and this one after a win. So I wonder if you'll see kind of things transition out there for the Oilers in terms of hopefully going out there and winning another hockey game this afternoon. I would be interested. And Niemelainen should factor in a little bit more tonight. I think the big part for him the other night was, right, obviously the Oilers special teams, but tonight if we get a little bit more 5-on-5, I think we should see some more Markus Niemelainen, and I think Jay Woodcroft will be looking to get him in on the ice a little bit more, because obviously he is a guy that makes you earn the ice, and he is a guy that kind of gives you that spark of momentum that you might be looking for at a certain time. So hopefully Niemelainen can be a little bit more inserted, not interactive with the game, inserted in the game tonight for the Oilers, and hopefully he can get it going a little bit too. And yeah, hopefully it's good to go. And you guys are saying my volume is bad here? I'm not sure why my volume would be... Oh, hold on. I pretty much know why my volume would be bad. Let me see if I can't turn that up. I don't know what happened here, but let's go here and let's go here. And that should, there you go, peaking at -12 like they taught me in college. That should be a little bit better for you. Sharks-Devils game was crazy in the final period. Well, this Minnesota Wild-Boston Bruins game has been absolutely nuts to finish up. The Wild somehow scored the flukiest little backhand goal from the top of the circle. And away they went, sending it over to overtime. And the Oilers fanatic, my man Patrick, what is going on this afternoon? Yeah, play Nemo over Murray more. I think that's exactly right. If you're looking at a development curve and you're kind of looking at the depth chart for the Oilers, I think Niemelainen would be the guy you'd be looking to play more over a guy like Ryan Murray, who was signed to be quote unquote your seventh defenseman. That was with in mind that Philip Broberg was going to be your sixth defenseman, your third left shot. The Bruins just won in overtime. Sorry, that's what was discombobulating me as I was watching the Bruins win in overtime. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. So, right, Broberg's still injured. We're waiting for him to suit up and get some games in here soon. The Wild getting off the ice. And I have a buddy that's a big Boston Bruins fan. I swear, he looks like every single guy I've seen in the crowd for the Bruins tonight. Like it's kind of funny because I felt like texting him, and instead I'm going to say it on the live stream, but I felt like texting him. I'm like, why do you look like every person at the Boston Bruins game right now? And look at this, just a mad scramble in front, failed clear there by the Wild, and this one's going to just open up on a failed poke check and across the slot, and everybody's diving all around, and that will be the end of the game for the Minnesota Wild. That failed clear at the top of the blue line was the one, and then a failed poke check there by Gaudreau. Defenseman Merrill gets turned around and it goes back of the net on Marc-Andre Fleury cross crease. That sucks, that hurts. So yeah, is what it is. Hello, little thump thump. Come here, thump thump. Come here, buddy. Skitter, skitter, skitter. Hi, buddy. Come here. Come here. Oh, a little star of the show here. We got a little cat. Hey, little thump. Hey, little thump. Doing good, thump? Oh, good thumper. Good thumper. Alright. So yeah, that's where we find ourselves this afternoon, is just waiting for this Oilers game to now start. It's a 2 p.m. start with this lineup you see on your screen that I just took down. And now for the Oilers, we face the St. Louis Blues, who are 2-0 to start the season. The Oilers are 2-2, but the Blues could very easily be 2-2 after playing 4 games themselves. The Blues, the least amount of games played to begin the NHL season so far. So we'll see what ends up happening tonight between the Blues and Oilers, and see if we cannot find ourselves a big old victory tonight, as that would be a pretty key go for the Oilers going into Saturday evening, and seeing that you are above 500 yet again. Folks, as I'm seeing a couple of you trickle in here just now, this Dolynny TV, it's my pleasure to have you along this evening. It's great to have you along for another great day of hockey in Oilers land, and hopefully what will finish up as a great day of hockey in Oilers land. That's always the problem. It's always a great day before the game, but it's one of those days you gotta finish it up too. So we'll see what happens here this afternoon. And of course the Oilers starting Jack Campbell in net, and well, that's a big part of it, right? Jack Campbell, he's got a lot less goals against than he has in the previous few games, and we should have a winning recipe easily tonight if we bring the effort against Buffalo in that third, and the effort level all game against Carolina to this game today. Flipperdo, your neighborhood cat, or neighbor cat, was named Thumbs. He had 6 fingers. I've had a couple of extra leg or extra toes and fingered cats. You want to see this little guy? This is the sad part for little Thumper here. I can't get a good grip on him, but he's missing a leg. He's got no leg. He's a little 3-legged guy. So, you know, when I said he was skittering around on the floor there, it's because he was running sideways, because that's how he knows best to run. Hey, little Thumbs. Oh, good buddy. Good buddy. Good buddy. Yeah, anyway, if that actually showed up on the screen. Yeah, there you go. Oop, missing a leg. Little Thumper. He is so sweet. He's the sweetest little kitty. He was a little out of the backyard rescue kind of cat, and he's pretty good to us for the past few years now. You want back up? You want back up? All right, buddy. As the game should be flipping over here, hopefully. There it is. There it is. They cut commercials from the previous hour of broadcast to now this hour of broadcast. We like to see that. And now the Oilers and St. Louis Blues will face off. And I won't be sneezing yet. As long as I don't touch my nose here in the next little bit, I won't be sneezing. All right. Good little buddy. But the Carolina Hurricanes, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, that 4-point effort against the Canes on Thursday, that was a big get. And I mean, for Nuge too, this year, if we can settle him in at about 60 points, that's going to be a big get for this Oilers lineup this year. So hopefully it's a good go. So hopefully 4 points is the start of that. And look at that little pocket schedule, I guess. And Yankees fan remembers me from the MLB the 16 days. That's a long ways ago. What is going on here? Why'd my stream just cut away from? What the heck? Why'd my stream just cut away from the Oilers Gene PxP there? Okay, now we're on commercial break. Sure. I'm not sure what just happened. I think we're on the Oilers Blues channel. Pardon me. Stick with me. We'll figure this out as we go along, I promise you. I'm not sure who the Blues are starting yet. Hopefully we figure that out pretty quick here. But I don't know what just happened to our broadcast. I'm kind of sketching here, so give me a second to see why they cut away from Gene PxP. That was kind of weird. Oilers Blues Sportsnet Ontario. Sure, we'll take that. And are we still on commercial break over there? Nope. Okay, so I must have not been on the right channel. That's fine. We'll figure it out. And folks, welcome into the stream. My pleasure to have you along this afternoon. It's great to have you along, Roger, like you're saying, for your first time. Yankees fan, like you're saying, from way back in the day. And Louie and Jack are on now. Okay. Yep, that sounds like Louie and Jack to me. I guess I should listen with my one earmuff off. That's one thing I'm always pretty good for messing up, is I'll start the broadcast without the earmuff on, and then I'll put it on at some point, and then you guys are like, oh, did you just hear that? And I'm like, I can't hear anything. So it's the Blues, Oilers, and now we're going to commercial break. Okay. Got it. There we go. Cool. So we find ourselves on commercial break, just starting this one out for the Oilers and Blues. I'm still not sure who the Blues starter is. I never saw a tweet on that today, so I couldn't tell you. And I mean, I guess I could have missed it in the pregame as well, missing what I did there. What else do we got? Yeah, there's nothing here really to talk about. Yeah, it's all Mark Masters tweeting about Sheldon Keefe. All right. And we've got a comment saying it is going to be Bennington tonight. Okay, cool. That's good. And let's see what we can get going here after this commercial break, because we should be coming right back for hockey right away, unless the Oilers had some kind of little pregame program going on tonight. I'm not really sure if they did or not, but they could have. And looks like we're back to Oilers hockey here. All right, Rogers 5G. So it's 2:04. And I am just dying with cat claws in my hand. That's the benefit of getting to watch the game with your cat, I guess you could say. But we're just going through the little intro here outside of Rogers Place right now, just across the tracks on the back of Rogers Place. St. Louis Blues, rested and ready, played fewest games in the NHL. Well, hopefully that's a good sign for us, the Oilers fans, because we would love to eat alive the St. Louis Blues a little bit tonight, because they have not played a bunch. And we've played pretty well so far to start the season, but we'd like to play better, that's for sure. Alright, how are we starting this stream off? Starting it off pretty hot. Okay, I like it. Let's see, we just got the land acknowledgement to start tonight's game, and then we'll get going with national anthems, which, here we go, every single time. Every single time we gotta have two anthems. It just kills me. It just kills me. Every time I live stream, um, it seems we're doing two anthems. Doesn't seem I do too many Canadian games nowadays. So let's see what we got going here. As Robert Clark will come out to sing the anthems pregame. We'll start, of course, with the Star Spangled Banner. And now we'll just sit back and relax a few moments and talk a little bit extra. You guys want to see the lineup probably one more time for the Oilers before we get things going. Kane, McDavid, Yamamoto, RNH, Draisaitl, Hyman, Fogle, McLeod, and Puljujarvi, Shore and Ryan, your fourth line extra guys. Nurse, Ceci, Kulak, Barry, Murray, Bouchard, and Niemelainen as well. So I know I got a couple comments talking about Nurse and Barry needing to be better defensively after the Carolina game. Here's what I'll tell you. I think realistically the Oilers just need to better rotate their defensemen. Of course, not being on special teams all night or just being on the power play all night will help out in terms of getting Niemelainen in there more while protecting Barry and Nurse and Bouchard and Murray and Kulak and Ceci, and allowing you to deploy a better defensive alignment out there on the ice every single night, as opposed to this tucker out your defenseman on the penalty kill for 7 or 8 opportunities against, and then try to just salvage 5-on-5 play. Stay out of the box and your 5-on-5 play will get better, because technically you'll have more of it to get better at it with, right? That's kind of the idea I'm going with. So the Sportsnet scoreboard back up there ready for you to be able to stay up to date with me in case you're not able to listen, but just follow along. Folks, I'm going to throw you one ad just to test it out. Let me know if you get it. That's always my favorite game, is seeing who actually replies to that comment in the chat. So I've sent you the ad. If you get it, let me know. And we should be ready to rip for tonight's broadcast between the Oilers and St. Louis Blues. Again, like I said, it's Saturday. I think it's tonight, even though it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, despite also how long I've been up this morning. It kind of feels like tonight. Geesh. Here we go. Blues Oilers, O Canada, winding down at Rogers Place. Robert Clark, of course, just killing it out there on the mic again tonight. I'm going to take 1 second to reply to a message. And Gilly's TV, good day. B Jilly, what's up, B Jilly? All right, St. Louis Oilers, live from Rogers Place. They're going to roll up the mat, and we're going to see what we can get going here between the Oilers and Blues. I mean, I'm all here for high-scoring 80s hockey again tonight. Don't mind me as long as the Oilers win. But Jack Campbell, 2-1-0 record, 508 goals against average, and a 874 save percentage. We need that to start improving if that man is going to be our starter all season long. And obviously, too, you know what Stuart Skinner's numbers look like, but at the same rate, too, you can't rely on a 22, 23-year-old goaltender to be your solution when you just signed a $5 million goaltender. Jordan Binnington in net for the St. Louis Blues, 246 goals against average, 917 save percentage so far this season for the St. Louis Blues through 2 games. Here comes Connor McDavid to the face-off dot. Zoomed in nice and tight. The face-off is down. And again, the St. Louis Blues, another away team, winning a face-off to start the game at Rogers Place into the Oilers' end. The Blues spill it into the corner, and they're trying to come off the wall with it, but the Oilers will regroup and get it up the boards. Evander Kane pushing forward and chasing the Blues back into their own end. It'll be moved up down the ice, and what did I say? I touched my nose, and now we're going to have a problem. But it's all the way back to the near side boards in the Oilers zone. Connor McDavid across to Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse, oh sorry, that's Brett Kulak there. Going to go up the ice and across the ice to Kailer Yamamoto in the offensive zone. Near side boards, it hops out at the Blues blue line, goes down into the corner. And now you've got yourself Blues control behind their own net. Binnington kind of huddles into the net quickly. And 19:10 to go in this first period. The first shift of the game over for each team here in the next little second. Good defense by Ceci to get a leg on a cross-seam pass. And now the Oilers regroup and will chip it off the player in the Blues uniform in their own end and get it out into the neutral where it bounces around a couple of times. And Darnell Nurse now on the ice will chip it ahead and get it on down the ice into the Blues end where Binnington out to play it. He plays it off of a stick. Oilers a chance. Nugent Hopkins misses. Short side. Just put it no looker kind of attempt right there. Trying to look off Binnington, and he put it wide. That was the Oilers' first really good look of the night, and that will be a turnover to the St. Louis Blues now. And they'll get up on out of the zone and stretch pass down into the Oilers' end for Kyrou, who's along the boards trying to battle for the puck. It's the Oilers now with Draisaitl working it across. Over, and Ryan Murray will chip it up off the boards and into the neutral where it's right back onto a stick of the St. Louis Blues. And that will be a whistle, stoppage in play. And my friends, right there, the Oilers and Blues starting off hot already. A couple end-to-ends, couple good looks, good passes. But it's Nugent Hopkins with the best looking ability of tonight so far, just missing it short side. And that, like I said, Cody Ceci, they just showed the replay of him getting it off the leg to block the passing lane. That was a huge play there, or that could have been a backdoor tap on Jack Campbell. The Oilers really coming down, pressuring Jordan Binnington well in this first little bit of this action, so that's nice to see. Warren Foegele offside at the Blues blue line, and that, my friends, will be another stoppage in play to begin today's game. So the Oilers starting out okay. We need that first goal, though. And folks, if you want the Oilers to score the first goal, how about we hammer the like button on the stream? Let me know how you're enjoying things, the play-by-play to start things out early on tonight, this afternoon, whatever it is. 17:50 to go into the first period as the Oilers win the face-off outside the Blues line. It'll be back into their own end. They'll fire it up off the boards, turn it over to a St. Louis Blue. Marcus Niemelainen's going to chase it there. He's going to chip it up the boards, and that was almost dangerously onto the stick of Devon Shore before Derek Ryan comes swooping it into the zone, but instead it goes up and out of play with 17:33 to go here in this first period. That's tough. Now, see what we can get going here for the Oilers in this. 4-0 through first 4 games last season for the Oilers. Yeah, that means nothing. We're 2-2. 17:33 to go here in this first period. The Oilers see the play coming to the Blues blue line, but it comes back into their own end after 2 players tied up. Niemelainen's been featured here early on. He's out there taking his first shift of the game, throwing a hit, kind of reverse hit deal. And now it'll be tipped up by Jesse Puljujärvi into the offensive zone. Oilers regroup in the neutral after the Blues repelled them back. And Niemelainen will work it there to the blue line of the Blues again. And, well, into possession for the white uniformed team as they wholesale their line change here and get everybody back, fresh legs on the ice. Falk moves it ahead across into the Oilers' end. This one will go across up and out of the zone for the Oilers as they spill it back out. And now a chance here for the Oilers to turn over a puck. Kyler Yamamoto sees this one come up to Evander Kane. Kane chasing down the wing in the Blues zone. He'll take board contact and allow Yamamoto to pick up that puck, get it back to the blue line. Evan Bouchard's got it at the blue line. He's going to get it down to Evander Kane, but it looks like that puck came out of play. And we'll have a stoppage in play. Now, career highs, points last year for the St. Louis Blues. Tarasenko at 82, Thomas 77, Buchnevich 76, Kyrou 75, and Ivan Barbashev with 60. All right, here we go. 16:29 to go in the first period. Leon Draisaitl draws in for the draw. It's Zach Hyman who finds himself there going along the boards, trying to push it to the front of the net. He can't get it going there. Weak side support for the Blues. Is able to get it out of the zone and down the ice to Jack Campbell. Campbell will get it along the boards, and, well, that allows the Oilers to play it ahead and dance across the blue line. Here's Zach Hyman walking right in and firing a shot from the top of the slot. That was a little bit of a play that developed into itself. Nice to see there from the Oilers. But right there, out of the gate, chasing the puck a little bit more in the offensive zone. And Leon Draisaitl takes a tripping call. You gotta love that if you're the Edmonton Oilers right out of the gate. You start well, you're kind of keeping pace with the St. Louis Blues, and then you get chasing the puck a little bit. Careless stick there from Draisaitl, hauls the Tarasenko man down. And that will be a penalty to start this game for the Oilers. Now, that said, our shorthandedness has been great this season, so maybe we want to go out there and enjoy a shorthanded goal if we could. That would be something special there again tonight. If the Oilers could go out and get a short-hander to start this hockey game, wouldn't mind that at all. 2 minutes of power play time for the St. Louis Blues. They'll win the face-off and get it back to the blue line. They've got Krug at the blue line. Chance comes right to the front of the net. Campbell frees it right up. The Oilers only operating at a 76.2% penalty kill rate so far. But again, to my point is if you're going to go short-handed 6-7 times a game, 76% is actually not that bad. You're operating pretty well there. Whereas if you're only short-handed twice a game and you're 75%, that's pretty rough. Here we go, 15:50 to go in this first period for the Oilers and Blues. Ryan McLeod sees the face-off tied up and jumbled back to the blue line where the Blues control. And they'll be on the far side wall looking for an opportunity, walking off the wall now. Back into possession, Tarasenko rips the shot, saved there by Campbell, who makes his second save of the game. Cleared all the way the length of the ice, 15:30 to go here in this first period for the Oilers. Now Krug carries it up and out into the neutral zone. They're looking to get this puck back into the Oilers end. They do. Tarasenko rims it around the boards. And the Oilers give chase, trying to stop a setup off the wall. Bouchard out there penalty killing. He's got Kulak with him. 15:10 to go in this first period. Tarasenko's going to play it back to the blue line. Torrey Krug right there, back to Tarasenko across to the man on the far side. Now looking for Tarasenko near side. Back to Krug, loading up the slap shot, scores. Torrey Krug on the slap shot from the point scores on the power play, and that will give the St. Louis Blues a 1-0 lead. Again for the Oilers. That is what you got to look at. Stop taking early penalties, and you will not be scored on first a ton. And that is just disappointing right out of the gate there for the Oilers. They started all right, and then just traffic in front for the St. Louis Blues. Bunch of Oilers bodies, couple of the Blues, and Torrey Krug just wires it, walks into it, and gets it to the back of the net. Cleanly past Jack Campbell on the power play to give the Blues that 1-0 lead on shot number 3 of the game. And now hopefully for the Oilers, you stop the bleeding here and go out and get the next goal of the game and maybe the next 2 or 3. As here it is. Blues get the assist from Tarasenko and Shen, who both have 4 assists in 2 periods or 2 games and a little bit of a period here. Now the Blues will fire another shot, saved there by Jack Campbell. And this one Ryan Murray will go out chasing for, as he's got Connor McDavid and Niemelainen helping him back behind the net, and that will now be Niemelainen who gets the support up the boards, and that one bounces around a couple times, finds a Blues stick, and the Oilers looking to be swimming a little bit in their defensive zone here early on. And that's the Blues' relentless attack. That's what they do. They're a big, tough team that kind of takes it to you. And that's exactly what the St. Louis Blues are doing on this shift to the Oilers, passing around. Mikkola's going to fire a shot, looking far side, couldn't get it going. And this will be down the boards and out. So the Oilers, you know what? They started the right way against the Blues early in the first 5 minutes of this hockey game. But they suddenly are kind of falling asleep here. Obviously, that one shift where they took the penalty kind of cost them a goal, and then secondary too. Nothing of a good response after the Blues scored the goal. Just kind of getting walked around in their own zone here a little bit, so that's tough. But for the Oilers, they've got it cleared back to the blue line, and now the Blues play it at their own end, and now into the Oilers' end. And again, the Oilers looking for that response. Saved there by Jack Campbell. Will clear up and out of play. So with 13:15 to go, the Blues lead in the shot department 6-1 and lead in the goal department 1-0. As we go to commercial break here early on in this one. Just really a lazy penalty from Leon Draisaitl in the offensive zone. That's really all it is. And you know what? It ends up costing you, right? The Oilers' power penalty kill has not been fantastic to start the season by any means, but like I said, kind of relatively speaking, when you're taking as many penalties as the Oilers are, what do you expect, right? You can't expect your penalty kill to bail you out 6 times a night, And obviously, too, if they're starting to give up goals, maybe you got to figure out the discipline thing a little bit more. But hey, you know what? It's early. You're down by one. That's the thing. The Oilers on that last couple of shifts, very well. The old Oilers would have went out there and gave up 2, 3 more goals, and now suddenly find yourself finishing this period down 3-4-0. So improvements where you can get improvements, I guess, and that's where we'll take for the Oilers early on in this one. Is that all they have to do is go out there and skate a bit, kind of create a little bit, and go out there and hopefully win themselves a hockey game against the St. Louis Blues. Clem, welcome in. And am I going to get the reverse retro jersey? 100% I am. Got the alternate jersey, so I'm going to work on getting myself the entire kit this year. I think that would be pretty nifty to have the home, away, alternate, and reverse retro right there. That's kind of the goal for this year, is to go out there and just build up that collection as it goes along. Maybe a jersey. The NHL season is from October to April, so you've got about 7 months, so a jersey every 2 months roughly, I think, is the plan here. And no longer on the roster since the 2019 Stanley Cup Championship. The Blues have lost a lot of their guys that helped win them that Stanley Cup, but at the same rate too, you think about the guys they've kept around, and those are still very big time impact guys. John, good afternoon. Sorry I missed you coming on in. And Craig Berube still benching for the Blues, so that's the big part there, as now the Oilers look to get something started, but immediately coming out of the television timeout, ice the puck, so we'll go back down the other way. Nuge would like to hopefully have himself a good game again today, follow it up, and the Blues have yet to trail in a game this season, so they're extending that probably league leading time this season, so we'll see if the Oilers can kind of crack them here and get 2 quick ones to get that to be the first time they've trailed. Hopefully the Oilers do. Off the face off to the left to Campbell, the Blues win it, fire it back down behind the net, engaging in contact Darnell Nurse, as that will be won there by the Blues, charging to the net. Nurse is able to seal his man off though, and it comes to the near side wall where it'll be played on down behind the Blues net, and that will be turned again there. Well, Darnell Nurse kind of forgot that he was coming for that puck and had to start back for it, and that'll allow Leon Draisaitl to play this puck up off the boards, and that will be again another icing call against the Oilers. So right there, 12:36 to go in this first period. The Oilers guilty of 2 icings within the span of 45-50 seconds, and that's not obviously how you want to start your shift if you're the second line coming out of the television timeout. And here's Nurse chipping this one. I'm not sure what they're looking at here. Yeah, it looks like it goes off shaft, so they were wondering why Darnell Nurse didn't take a time or a delay of time penalty. And, well, that is why it is. Delay of game penalty, by the way. I'm just not having a good stream so far. A little shaky to start this one out. Hopefully the Oilers get going and I can get my juices flowing here on the broadcast myself, as Evan Bouchard controls it in the Oilers' end. Bouchard looking for this puck, looking for an option. He's going to rip it right up the middle onto St. Louis Blues stick. And back the other way, the Blues come. Barbashev had control of it. Back to the blue line. Weak clearing attempt by the Oilers. Hits a blue at the blue line, allows them to keep it in again. And the Oilers, again, for the 3rd time in a row, turn it over, trying to make a pass on the Blues end. That time, though, a save by Jack Campbell. And now Evan Bouchard will chip it up down the ice. And Fogel's battling for that puck. He gets it across to Puljujarvi, but Puljujarvi and his man were tied up, so they never could really action on it. However, the Oilers keep it in at the blue line. Evan Bouchard down low. Nice chance. Blocked in front. Binnington, 2 unreal saves on Brett Kulak as Warren Foegele dives into the crease, and he'll be denied there. That was absolutely unreal pressure from the Oilers. 3 really good attempts there to try and get things going. And Brett Kulak almost walks in on the beautiful pass by Evan Bouchard and almost walks home and gets that goal going. Let's look at this beautiful slap pass right onto the tape of Kulak, who gets another opportunity off of St. Louis Blue, and then Fogel's diving in there trying to hammer it home, and Binnington the denial. So the Oilers get a couple more shots on net out of it, and now Connor McDavid's able to come over the boards, juiced up a little bit, trying to get the momentum of the game going back in the Oilers' favor, as though that one blocked in front, and then an Oilers defender blows a tire, And in on net, and Jack Campbell, the denial. Woo! What a save by Jack Campbell with the glove. That's worthy of some soup right there. That was unreal. The Oilers defender, Brett Kulak, blows the tire, and then sliding across, Jack Campbell denies him. And look at this. Kyrou in, goes to the forehand flip, and can't get it past Campbell on the glove save. You'll like to see that. That's a thing of beauty right there. And now with 11:24 to go, Jack Campbell is going to see the Oilers take a face-off to his left. 11:24 to go in the first period. It's one back by the Blues off the face-off. Tucked around behind the boards. Now the Blues are going to play it right there back to themselves in the corner. Kyrou, he's been buzzing all game long. He's definitely had a good start to this hockey game in the first 10 minutes-ish of this hockey game, as that's back behind the net, and that's going to be pounced on by Jack Campbell. Similar fashion to that Jordan Binnington bounce before Warren Foegele could get something going. And I got to let my cat down because my arms are getting tired. Most consecutive games to start a season. The Oilers tied for second all time with 6 games to start things out. And Joe, that stick in the face of the Boston player, blood and no call, that was a, if you're talking about the one near the end of the game, that was a follow through on a clearing attempt, which is a completely legal play if in case you hit the player with your stick. So again, I don't know if that's the example you're talking about, but that'd just be the clearance you need on that one right there. Anyway, folks, 10:47 to go in this first period. The Oilers find themselves working around in the Blues zone, trying to keep them from getting across their own blue line, and now they've turned them back in the neutral zone. Leon Draisaitl, who's looking for a little bit better of a play here than he had earlier in the Blues end, is able to get it back to Bouchard, who spun it across to Nurse, who spun it out of the zone. Now the Oilers will enter again and try to get it to Zach Hyman. Leon Draisaitl on the backhander. And this one has all the makings, my friends, of a sleepy Saturday afternoon at Rogers Place. Let me tell you, the Oilers players and the Blues players, no one's really going out there and giving it everything. All right, here we go. Let's see what the Oilers can do here with this face-off coming for Ryan McLeod to the left of Binnington. It goes off the end boards, won by the Blues. 10:17 to go here in this first period. Derek Ryan. We'll see it go behind the Blues net. Shot comes in front of the net. Oilers hammer it down. Control at the blue line now. Barry plays it on down to Derek Ryan, who's going to play it off the end boards and leave it there for Ryan McLeod. Now Ryan's battling for this puck. He can't get it to go, so Shore will give chase and try to force something here as it's lone man back. Tyson Barrie. Blues cut to the middle. Save denied by Jack Campbell. Kicks out the rebound for the Oilers to clear the zone. They can't get possession, and now Tyson Barrie will control this puck and flip it up the boards and get it to an Oiler waiting there. It hits the referee on the bench. And yikes. That sucks. Alright folks, just going to throw you an ad quick here and just quickly check how the stream is doing on the back end of YouTube. As I'll give you our first watch time update. The 1-0 lead for the Oilers, or St. Louis Blues over the Oilers here early on in this one. Like I said, I really don't have my streaming legs under me today, but it is what it is. Brian, good evening. Times 2.75 divided by 60. Already looking at 26.5 hours of watch time on the stream. Folks, welcome in. Glad to have you along for today's afternoon matinee at Rogers Place. It's been a sleepy game so far for the Oilers. Hopefully they pick up and get things going here in the next little bit, because this first period's got to finish off hot if the Oilers want to try and avoid going into the dressing room to have a nap, because this has not been a great effort out of the gate. Obviously, the Oilers have had some good looks, and I think obviously if Nuge cashes that first one on the short side instead of whistling it past the post, I think that changes the complexion of this game quite heavily. And I think too, Leon Draisaitl doesn't take that early penalty, that changes the complexion of the game a little bit there as well. However, we find ourselves just waiting for this one to regroup back to the broadcast as we're just on commercial break quickly here on sportsnet.ca, as we're just waiting for this game to, like I said, get back underway and hopefully get us back in the goal column here for the Oilers this evening. All right, what do we got? Craig McTavish coaching with the St. Louis Blues now. He's with an assistant coach to Craig Berube now. And there's some guys talking with him here as he's back on the bench. That's hard to believe. Craig McTavish back on the bench. You know, he's had quite the interesting journey here the past several years in the NHL, KHL, and everywhere else. So now finally back wholeheartedly on a bench in the NHL. Assistant coach to Craig Berube. He's coming off a cup win a couple of years ago as well. So that's a pretty big get. But 9:25 to go in the first period here. 1-0 for the St. Louis Blues. The Oilers have been able to get their shot total up over 4 now. So they're having themselves a start to the game where hopefully they can get above 10 shots by the end of the period, and they'll take that as a victory if we don't get a goal. Right now for the Oilers, a face-off to the left of Jack Campbell. And hopefully things get control for Connor McDavid. This one goes back to the point, and it's chipped there into the near side boards, and that'll be worked up off the wall and out into the neutral zone where the Oilers see it hammered back in by the St. Louis Blues. Evan Bouchard looking for something. He's got an option there as he's going to have Evander Kane, who chips it ahead to Kailer Yamamoto and hits Connor McDavid in stride, but he's tucked up with the stick of the St. Louis Blues, so that prevents that chance from getting through. Yamamoto, good forechecking, forces the Blues back behind their own net. Furious pressure here from Yamamoto, almost trying to force a turnover, and now Connor McDavid's enough to turn back the Blues player, and that'll allow Yamamoto to pick up that puck. They missed the home run pass to Connor McDavid, and it is indeed an icing call. Crazy start to this one. All right, so we find ourselves waiting for this one to get going, and Connor McDavid, he loaded up and got this one going here. That was a good looking chance, but it was a good stick there by the St. Louis Blues to tie him back. 16 points in 18 career games. Remember, Connor McDavid is a way better than point per game player in his career, and he's got less than a point per game in his career against the St. Louis Blues. That is actually a very interesting stat. And kind of the Oilers have seen some issues against teams early on in this season, teams that they have trouble against historically in the Connor McDavid era, and kind of maybe the reason for the 2-2 record now. As this one played off the wall, Tarasenko plays it off a body of the Oilers. It's kept in at the blue line, time being anyway, as the Oilers doing their best to clear the zone. As Fogle works it ahead, and now you've got McLeod coming down the other way, charging it ahead. Puljujärvi's going into the near side corner. He rims it around for McLeod. McLeod will go back to the blue line. Darnell Nurse gets it back down below. And now Puljujärvi and McLeod. Fogle switching off there with McLeod. McLeod will see Fogle knock it down, and he'll go into the corner. So now McLeod with possession. He's got it back to the blue line. Ceci hammers a shot, tip in front, breaks the stick of the Oilers player. And Warren Fogle just saw his stick shatter. And hopefully he doesn't get a hand pass for that as it goes off his glove. 7:34 to go. That was a beautiful shot by Ceci that just shattered the stick of Fogle on the way to the net. And now the Oilers back the other way will change legs and get this across. Leon Draisaitl's out there driving on the backhand. He's looking to start things up, and he misses Ryan Murray, who's going to push it back and keep it into possession for the Oilers here. As that's Cody Ceci going there, and now a chance for the Oilers to regroup at their own blue line. As Nugent Hopkins will lead out 5-on-5 here. The Oilers a little bit better of the play in the past minute and a half here, past 2 shifts anyway, in the blue zone. Well, that's Nuge playing it there, as that was a good attempt there by Draisaitl to keep it on side. Couldn't do it. Niemelainen though, big physical man, able to take his man into the end boards and play the puck. And now he'll play it ahead and get it over to Draisaitl, who gets it on down to Jordan Binnington. Binnington sees it go D to D there, and the Blues will clear the zone yet again. And down the ice it goes. 6:35 to go in this first period. The Oilers starting to come to life a little bit. And how about this? Connor McDavid streaking in, going to whap it around the side of the net and then try to play it in front as Kane was trying to catch that, but it was a good play by Barbashev to tie him up. And now the Oilers and Blues tied in that little battle behind the goal line, and that one will go all the way around the boards again. The Oilers, Kulak steps up for it. That allows Kane to come up with the puck. It's played into the corner. Now McDavid, a little shifty play there behind the net. And oh, here we go. The Oilers coming to life. Let's go. As that one goes up and over top of the net. And now the Blues will be punished by Evander Kane. Big hit there. Yamamoto gets nerfed, but he's fine. As this one's going to be whiffed there by the Oilers and cleared again by the Blues. But the Oilers keep possession of it. And that is going to be down into the Blues end. And that was a good hard grind and shift. Keep the work alive for the Oilers. And they're keeping things going here as this one's going to be played in by O'Reilly. Darnell Nurse is going to manage that player into the boards. And that'll allow the Oilers to get back into the neutral zone. Even though it's in Blues possession, that'll be fired off the boards. And Evan Bouchard's got it on his own face-off dot to the right of Jack Campbell. D to Darnell Nurse. It'll be played ahead, tipped in there. Nifty tip in by Warren Fogle, who's using a new twig now. Yes, Puljujärvi's going to force it down low. His stick. No, stick of the Blues defender. Whose stick shattered there? Do we still have the same stick? Do we still have Warren Fogle's broken stick on the ice? Interesting. As the Oilers have rolled a couple of lines over the boards now, Darnell Nurse flips this one in. He punishes the man into the boards. That's what you like to see. The Oilers all of a sudden getting a little more physical here with this past couple of shifts, trying to hold up the Blues a little bit more, take it to them a little bit. And that's what the Blues kind of retreating in their own zone seem to be doing now all of a sudden. So this is good news for the Oilers. They're really coming to life here late in this first period. Problem is now the Blues spill into the Oilers zone and you got to try and not take penalty, you got to try and not turn over the puck, and you got to try and not do exactly what the Oilers just did there, which was turn over the puck. Sorry, I knew I would curse that, and I did. 4:21 to go. Jack Campbell's got it behind his own net. Cody Ceci in behind the net. Now Ryan Murray will leave it there for Draisaitl, who loads up and looks for an option. He'll turn back after a Blue swoops him, and it'll be worked across far side, fired in at the Blue at the center line, and now Jordan Binnington will play this puck. The broken stick still on the ice, and that almost bobbles off a Blues handle and right onto Draisaitl's tape. However, they are able to get it into the Oilers zone. Niemelainen, like I said, play for more 5-on-5 and allow the Oilers to get going, and that is what he's doing. He's getting things going. Here's the shot. Niemelainen is playing a lot more early on in this first period. And that is going to be worked into the Oilers zone. Jack Campbell plays it to Niemelainen. Niemelainen will play it ahead, and that will be good pressure there. And Niemelainen again, a beautiful pass there. A little bit of confusion at the Oilers blue line at the Blues blue line for the Oilers between McDavid and Yamamoto. However, the Oilers get it into the zone. They're going to play it ahead. That's going to allow McDavid to walk off the wall. Shot fired, saved by Binnington. And then Yamamoto's going to tussle it up in the corner. McDavid chasing after the puck here. He gets it from Falk. Now Kane fires a shot blocked in front. I was looking for Yamamoto to just tip in a rebound more or less. And now McDavid's going to have to hustle back as Bouchard's got a man going. He plays the man right there and allows the Blues to turn back a little bit. The Blues, though, good support from Tarasenko, gets the puck back. And now a tired Oilers squad after that little offensive burst sees the Blues get into the offensive zone, and they're having to defend a little bit here. Blues D to D. Shot goes down into the corner here. And back around behind the net. Schen's got the puck. He's looking for a lane, looking for an option. He's going to have to skate it back to the blue line, D to D kind of deal. Nick Leddy will go across, and the Blues will fire this shot up and off a body and up and out of play right there. There you go. 6 minutes without a whistle. And Connor McDavid puts it between the wickets of Jordan Binnington, but Evander Kane just didn't read the play, didn't charge hard enough with the stick, and just missed that one right there. That would have been beauty if he could have gotten something on that. However, he didn't, and we'll go to Twitter to just quick to see what we can do. Yeah, is there anything exciting really happening in this game? There really isn't. That's the problem. For the Oilers, there's not much happening exciting in this game. But this back half of the first period has been much better than the front half of this first period, let me tell you. I'm just going to quickly answer a couple of texts here that came in. We'll see what we can get going here. Part of the game going. That is a nice looking pool. I could wish he was at a pool right now somewhere in Florida. Just give me a sec. Oh, here we go. Hockey Night in Canada schedule. Leafs and Winnipeg. Dallas and Montreal. Flames and Canes. Sabres and Canucks. There you go. That's your slate of games this evening. Alright, here we go. Let's get this going. Let's get it going. I don't think Cody Ceci is starting to be our standout shutdown defenseman. I think he did that role very well last season. 2-11 offside to the Oilers. Blue line. So Tarasenko and the crew will line up just outside of the Oilers zone. And we'll see what we can't get going here as the Oilers and Blues will line up. Another face-off just in the neutral zone. Blues win it. I think the Blues have had pretty good job on the face-off dot today, and Jack Campbell will just play this puck, hold it in the glove, and we'll have a face-off to his left here. So the Oilers slowing down the game a little bit again. 9-5 the shot, so it's not like the Blues have been very high event. But here's the thing, Jack Campbell's career goals against average by month, this is a graphic they're showing right now, 312 in 24 games in October, and 162 in 21 games in November. So maybe that old Mike Smith running the stretch of the season kind of goals against average dealio, where maybe not so good to start the year, but pretty good finish to the year. Could be a good get for the Oilers here. If that's the case, obviously too, if Stewie gives you good goaltending and you're winning your games with Jack Campbell, you're probably doing all right. And here's the Oilers chasing this one in. As they are moving this one ahead are the Blues, but turnover to the Oilers, and here's a chance. All of a sudden, Leon Draisaitl trying to spring free. Zach Hyman's going to work this off the boards down to Draisaitl. Draisaitl will go forward to Nuge, but it bounced off a Blues stick, and it'll be back the other way, 3-on-2. Nuge activating back, so it's back to 3-on-3 in the D zone. 1:25 to go in this first period. Zach Hyman's going to play it off the boards. Now Ceci will go behind his own net and try and work this one out for the Oilers. It'll be moved ahead there by Hyman, who gets it ahead to Draisaitl, who peels off for a line change. Hyman's still giving chase, so is Nuge, but now both Oilers go off for a line change, and Leddy leads it out for the Oilers. Lazy line change there, I think, from the Oilers. Just kind of the mentality to go back to the bench there was lazy. 5-6-5 on the board as we've got less than a minute to play here in this first period. Across the board, and here comes Leddy. The shot saved by Campbell. And it'll be moved ahead by Kane, who just can't get his feet moving there. He'll instead, though, jar Kyrou off the puck with that big physical frame of his. He'll try and push it to the front of the net. Yamamoto, nice play to McDavid. Back to the point. Kulak's stick shatters, and that one goes off of somebody in front. I think Yamamoto scooped it up trying to play that puck. Couldn't get it going. McDavid now, he's going to spin it off to the defenseman, Barry. Barry gets it across D to D, and now the Oilers back across Blues line. Here's a chance here for McDavid, who puts it off the back of the net. Nobody knows where the puck is, not even the cameraman. And that was one heck of a nifty play there by Connor McDavid. Sorry, what did I just witness? That was a gorgeous little flick effort, and we're going to have to get a replay of that because that was a weird little flick by McDavid trying to score that goal. And if we can, I think they were trying to, like, I heard the word ricochet, but look at this. Connor McDavid, it goes back, and McDavid tries to flip it off the back of Binnington as he sealed the post, but there's still a little bit of room there for him, and it just goes off the side of the net, and it was cleared away. Wow, that was a weird situation for everybody involved. But folks, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in so far. I'm going for a quick little bathroom break, quick little grab of the water, quick grab of a granola bar, and I will be right back for the first period intermission and the second period. There we go, folks. We are just about ready for this intermission to get underway. As we should be rocking and rolling for the Oilers to get things going in this second period. They were starting to come to life there in the last half of the first, so hopefully we get something going, that's for sure. It would be nice to see the Oilers start things off a little bit better. Down by one after one. Vander Kane, first period. I think Kane had a little hop in his step. I think he was trying his best, and now we've got a little bit of intermission interview here. I'm not sure who these... Normally Gene's got community guests here in the first period, so they're trying to get the community involved on the Oilers broadcast, the regional broadcast anyway, as much as possible. So still trying to figure out who and where these folks are from. As I think, oh, is this the White Court game? This may be the White Court game, actually, because I see the Wolverines logo on the jersey. So yes, the White Court deputy mayor. There you go. See, I knew what was going on. They didn't need to tell me. I could figure it out. As the White Court is the Oil Country Community of the Year or something. And Jack Michaels speaking at the White Court High School or something. I don't know where Jack Michaels is speaking. And man, Jack is such a beauty. That hair, that beard. And they've got Jason Strudwick, Kevin Lowe. They got the Oilers orange and blue crew speaking there, or in action there too. A lot of action probably up in White Court the other day for obviously there's Community Day up there. So here we go. We got. What do we got? Is there anything else I can tell you? Well, we could quickly. This comment section is a little bit quiet here in this intermission. Expected that to come to life, but that's fine, folks. If you have any questions about that first period, any thoughts you want to try and get that I didn't express, let me know. But we're sitting here at 3.1 times 925. We, my friends, are up over 48 hours watched on the stream. Thank you so much for choosing me on your Saturday afternoon. Really appreciate that. I mean, I didn't know what to expect given that it's Saturday afternoon. Historically on Dolynny TV, Saturday afternoon is the worst day or worst stretch of time on Dolynny TV to give views, and somehow, some way, we're up over 842 views this hour with a chance to clutch over 900 an hour on a Saturday afternoon. Like I said, I'm pretty blown away by that. But yeah, we're up over 1,000 views for the day and rocking and rolling today, that is for sure. Again, unfortunately, some folks are finding the Buffalo Sabres live stream from the other night. That's unfortunate. And what else do we have? Somebody found the old Oilers versus St. Louis Blues live game reaction from December 18th, 2019. That's kind of rough. And anything else of note in the Oilers sphere on Dolynny TV? Not much to really note there. Somebody is watching the Oilers versus Flames live game reaction. That's unfortunate there as well. Anyhow, if anyone's got a question, let me know in the comments section below. I'm going to quickly head on over to the Oilers list and see what we can find for news in the Oilers list. There isn't much. There's some Elks news in there. And Connor McDavid stealing Justin Falk's lunch money, according to Zach Lane. That was actually a very good play by Connor McDavid, picking the pocket. Early game means the kids can get to watch. Yeah, that is the one part about the Saturday afternoon games, getting the kids involved a little bit more. And what else do we got? Nothing else. Adam Fantilli has a hat trick for the Michigan Wolverines. That kid is playing out of his mind in the NCAA this season. And I forgot my water upstairs. Absolutely. Give me a sec. Alright, let's get this period up and underway with. I know we're just halfway through the intermission as it currently sits, but I'd love to get back to it and just figure out the result here, because that first period wasn't overly impressive from the Oilers, but it doesn't mean that this game's far and out of reach, because I think the Oilers still have a very good chance of getting somewhere in this hockey game if they come to life. And yeah, the Oilers Nation making fun of asking where the exciting game is for the Oilers. Since the start of last season has trailed first 53 times have the Oilers, fourth most in the NHL, scored first only 34 times. That's rough. That is really rough that's kind of our stat. I mean, you talk about 87 versus, or 53 out of 87, 53 divided by 87. That is a 61% of the time we trail. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought it would be, but 61% of the time, that is very, very tough. That the Oilers find themselves down, because that means you're only up 39% of the time. Obviously, if the Oilers could creep that number into the 45-50 range, then all of a sudden you're talking about just how many times the Oilers could possibly win a hockey game. That is for sure. We're currently sitting waiting for this thing to bust. It just busted over 900 views, so we're up and underway. There we go, over 900 views this hour, and hopefully on our way to maybe our first 1,000 view hour next hour of the day here on Dolynny TV. That would be something, that's for sure. Little thump there. He's pretty crashered on my bag right there. He's looking pretty good. Little buddy, hey little buddy. Oh boy. He is having himself a nap. Let me see. Alright, here we go. Back to the game. I can take pictures of my cat all I want all day long. But folks, we got ourselves a hockey game to be dealing with here. And this new Sportsnet Now commercial break in progress where they don't give you as many ads because you're paying for it. I would prefer the ads because then there'd actually be some audio. There is not much here for the Oilers so far this afternoon. Like I said, the Oilers Nation poking the fact that when does the exciting Oilers game start? Because let me know, because then we could actually have something to talk about. The old Edmonton Transit LRT buses on the tracks outside of Rogers Place this morning. Of course, headed up north tonight. And Joaquin Gage and, yes sir, you betcha, Bob Stauffer on the panel here this afternoon. For the Oilers is Gene PxP, the 50-50 jackpot over 705,000. So people came to spend money today, and Gene PxP is looking to look at some clips from yesterday as the Oilers locker room came together. And I'm not sure what this I missed the audio, so I don't know what I'm missing here, but something missing here. And they are really having a good time in the dressing room. Gene PxP just threw away some notes. Not sure what. Anyhow, folks, if you got any questions, you're just tuning in and you're wondering how this Oilers game's going, or you want to pick my brain on how this Oilers game going, yeah, I guess Phil's View is going to come in with the first question. Connor McDavid, is he like the LeBron of hockey? I think Connor McDavid is kind of, how do you put this? Yeah, in a sense, but a lot more, the personality's not there. He's not that big, scary personality that LeBron can be. Connor's much more of just a do my business and win kind of guy. Gotta give him the penalty. Gotta get them penalties under control. Absolutely, man. It's been killing us. Obviously, only one in that first period, but again, right? You take a penalty, you give up a goal, and that's just the way it goes right out of the gate. So for the Oilers, just start taking care of business a little bit more and just be a little bit more disciplined, I think, is all it comes down to. And that would be nice to see for the Oilers if they could just go out there and not take penalties, not cost themselves goals they don't need, right? Do the Blues even score the 1-0 goal if they don't take that penalty? And yeah, itchy jaw and nose. Sorry, Gene. Sorry, guys, if I'm touching my face a bunch. I had my cat up here in the pregame, and as soon as I go to wipe my nose after touching the cat, I get all itchy. I've got cat allergies really bad. So, and of course the beard doesn't help either. So, just face feels like it's on fire right now after touching the cat. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can't do. For a quick update there is an actual outside possibility that we do hit 1,000 views this hour. Okay, alright, didn't think that was going to happen, but we'll take it, and we'll quickly refresh this Oilers Twitter list as we're just kind of going over. They're talking a whole bunch about the Blues in this intermission. Binnington kind of fighting off some pucks today. I think the Oilers very well. I mean, you keep putting pucks on Binnington, you're eventually going to bite one, because I mean, this highlight pack they've shown, he does not look very comfortable. But Jack Campbell, I mean, he's not looking very comfortable either in net. He's looking a lot more calm and controlled in net. But both goalies were kind of juggling up the puck a little bit more. Obviously, Campbell faced a lot more pucks. I don't know what the point of this highlight pack was, but that would be my situation there. And can the Oilers win this? Oh yeah, the Oilers can absolutely win this. It was Draisaitl with the penalty in the first period. And again, that first goal on Jack Campbell, I really wouldn't blame Campbell too much. It was a rocket of a shot from a guy who scores from the point all the time in Torrey Krug. But again, for the Oilers, I don't think you blame Jack Campbell there. You just blame the fact that you went shorthanded again to start a hockey game early on. And that's something you clean up. And you might not end up in that 1-0 situation we find ourselves in with the St. Louis Blues right now. So hopefully the Oilers clean things up here going into the second period. Really put a focus in on scoring goals, and hopefully that just kind of deteriorates the Blues attack, and hopefully that wins you a hockey game here this afternoon. The Oilers still in second gear, I think. And that's not just a comment on this game. I think the first 5 games of the season so far, I think the Oilers are still in second gear. And when they find that high-flying first gear where they take it to the team, first period, second period, third period, will be good. So, let's see what happens here. That's sad for Campbell. It seems that is not getting anywhere. I think Jack Campbell's doing just fine. It's just a matter of the Oilers need to stop costing themselves opportunities against. It'll be fine. It'll be perfectly good. Here we go. What do we got? 10, 13, and 0 so far this hour. I think we're firing away into the 3 p.m. hour. Is there anything on the Oilers Twitter list? They got the Oilers bobbleheads up there, so okay. And then Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid are the bobbleheads today, sure. Not that either of those bobbleheads, like, I guess the Connor one looks a little bit more than Leon's. And man, like I'm saying, this is a boring game in the first period simply because there's not much to talk about out of that first period. And Twitter is dead. Twitter is dead today because of it. So that's kind of where we're sitting here, just running over the same few topics here in the intermission. Hopefully get to the game right away, and then we'll be good to go with the second period. But the Oilers just got to pick it up and go out there and play a complete 40 minutes now, I guess. I mean, you didn't bend and break like you have in the first period a couple times this season. So now go out there and win the next 2 periods. You win the next 2 periods, you win the hockey game, right? If you score or outscore the Blues in the next 2 periods, you win the hockey game. Because technically, as long as you outscore the Blues by 1 each period, yeah, sure, they got the 1 in the first period, but you're going to go out there and win a hockey game because you scored 1 more each period, which is 1 more overall than the Blues did all game long. So just take it to the Blues here in the second period and get this going. But I said it earlier on in the broadcast, is it's a matter of the Oilers just walked into a sleepy Saturday matinee game in Rogers Place, and obviously too the Oilers record kind of indicates that that's always the case. So now you got to try and go out there and break that curse a little bit. Don't go out there high flying where you score a bunch and then give up a bunch. Just go out there, control the game, manage the game, and win yourself a hockey game. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we can get going here in this. I don't understand this commercial break thing. I don't like it. Gives you no sense of time as to when the game's going to be coming back on Sportsnet. So that's throwing me for a loop. And let's see here quickly if there's anything we can do. And there we go. Again, go right back. That's what I hate about this new Sportsnet Now app. Is now all of a sudden you're right ready for puck drop and you don't have a clue how you got there. And it is what it is. Here we go. Power play rip job by Torrey Krug. And of course, I've got a quick message here that I should probably get to before we get to action. Connor McDavid ready for the center ice face-off again. The game is on and underway as Jack Campbell skews in net, and that puck goes up and out of play. So thankfully there for the Oilers, that one doesn't land in the defensive zone and allow them to really get a chance going. 9-5 the shots for the Blues, now 10-5 after that shot against Campbell. Ryan O'Reilly out there wearing the C for the St. Louis Blues. Jake Neighbors on the bench for the St. Louis Blues, selected 26th overall in 2020's draft. And the Blues will see themselves go up along the boards here. Connor McDavid loads up. He's going to chip it out into the middle of the ice. And there's a nice play through the neutral by the Oilers. Rip job shot by Kailer Yamamoto. Couldn't follow up the rebound though. And that was a beauty of a look there from Yamamoto. Great play by the Oilers in the neutral. Kane's going to circle this around the net. Plays it off the side of the net, trying to force it back to the top. That's Kulak playing it down the boards, and that will be played there by Kyrou, who immediately turns it over again to Yamamoto. And this top line of the Oilers coming out here and working hard to begin the game early in the second period against the Blues. That was good pushback, good push-up. But we got to get it going here as this one back the other way. This chipped ahead by Kane. And this one will be pushed in now by Draisaitl, who goes to Binnington. Binnington goes off the boards. And that is met there by Draisaitl, who hammers it back down. It goes past Hyman all the way to the blue line, and that was a tight play. Nuge maybe could have made a play there. He instead elects to group back into his own end and play this puck ahead. This one will go up off the boards and pushed in by Ceci. Ceci goes off a man in front, and the Oilers again, I think, guilty early on in this season of passing up that chance to get it into the pads and create chaos, right? And I think that's indicative too of other guys not driving to the net near quick enough to create opportunities for that to be the case. Draisaitl getting pushed out of the play there, but this one will be nice battle there by Nuge on the far side boards, and now Mikkola will have to chase back behind his own net as Puljujarvi gives him a shove. Puljujarvi, nifty little stick check there to hold up Tarasenko, and now that one will be Bertuzzo working it out, but he'll play it off the boards to nobody but an Oiler. And this one's going to work up, and now Fogel's in possession. He's going to go back to the blue line. Hammer of a shot by Bouchard. What a play there by Fogel, just to push that into a soft area. And Bouchard hammered that one on net for a face-off. But look at this one. Connor McDavid, couple of high-flying chances, but just has not gotten quite free as of yet to push towards Binnington. And he's had a couple of good looks here as well. But Binnington there up to the test so far. And at some point, Connor McDavid's going to bite one the way he's flying around in this game. 8 minutes and 13 seconds time on ice so far early on. So you'd like to see that kind of toned down because he's on pace for 24 minutes tonight and you don't want to burn him out early. Bouchard, another shot, this time for a rebound. McLeod gets it, but turns it over to a blue right in his own end. So that one will go back to the point. Neighbors gets taken advantage of there, and the Oilers steal back the puck. And it'll be Ryan Murray. All these 20s on our blue line this year are really messing with me. Fogel getting in on the forecheck, and that's creating all kinds of havoc for the Oilers or Blues in their own end. Is just how effective the Oilers have been on the forecheck early on in this game so far. As now Parayko's going to work this one ahead. 17:20 to go in this second period. Parayko fires the shot. And this one will be up and out of the zone. 17-12, like I said, in this second period to go. The Oilers coming to life. They've had 3-1 in the shot department so far in this second period. Draisaitl passes by Bouchard. Bouchard's going to work it up and get it ahead. That one's going to go length of the ice for an icing call. And that unfortunately will be a play back to the Oilers' end. After what was a good start to the game. Fewest points per game versus one opponent, so McDavid is only below a point per game against the St. Louis Blues, as I theorized earlier, so that's one thing he would love to change today, maybe with a 4-point performance or something, because he's got 16 points in 18 games, so if he goes out there and gets 4 points, well, that's 20 and 19, and away you go tonight, that's for sure. So here we go, the Oilers trying to win this face-off ahead. Ryan Murray recollects behind his own net. It's going to be chipped up off the boards and into the neutral ice territory where the Blues collect. They'll tip it in, and the Oilers again move it ahead. That's a nice nifty play there to Devon Shore. Devon Shore streaking down the wing. Chance in front, and that's what you like to see. Devon Shore felt secure in putting the puck on net because Ryan was right on top of the crease driving. That is perfect. That is huge. That is exactly what you want to see. Straight line right into the net. And Derek Ryan just gets taken out by Torrey Krug last second. But that's a good way to earn your pay as fourth liners in the NHL. Straight lines down to the net, shoot the puck on net, and create traffic in front. And that's exactly what the Oilers just did right there. And that was a beautiful look there for Shore and Ryan. 37 starts last season for Binnington. He's now got 3 to start this year. And, of course, Ville Husso had something to say about that last year as now. Connor McDavid's going to draw in against Ryan O'Reilly. And lose it again. Ryan O'Reilly wins it off to the side. This one blasted out by the Blues down into the Oilers' end. Chipped ahead there by the Oilers. And 16:27 to go here in this second period, where the Blues will carry it ahead, up off the boards, and Kyrou flips into the neutral, so they'll be able to get and gain the Oilers' zone. But Niemelainen, playing the body right there, is able to separate his man from the puck, allow Tyson Barrie to come up with it, gets it ahead to Evander Kane, who's going to chip it ahead to Connor McDavid, who's looking to make Nick Leddy make a mistake. He's pestering him, and Leddy's able to move it ahead. He's a veteran for a reason. And that will be moved there by the Oilers, where it just kind of plays at their line, and that is still onside somehow. So Kyrou has the chance here to keep things alive. It'll be played off the side of an Oilers skate and back into possession of the St. Louis Blues in the Oilers' end, as that'll be pushed back to the blue line. And how about this? The Oilers are able to escape now. Connor McDavid going back the other way. Evander Kane to Connor McDavid, can't chip it in front, and that one just didn't work out. So now you've got Kane and McDavid working here. It's going to be played out to the middle, but away by the Blues. And down the ice, 15:21 to go here in this second period of play. The Oilers starting to come alive little by little here. Kane bobbles the puck, but Leon Draisaitl's got it there. He'll get it across to Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse, who's got like 2 goals to start the season, 2 in 4 games. He's had a start for sure. And now Brett Kulak's getting it going behind his own net. 15 minutes exactly left. 1/4 of the period played. And the Oilers will flip this one ahead to Hyman, who gets it across there. That's a nifty play by Draisaitl to try and evade the man, but it didn't fool him. And now Nuge onside, Hyman there as well, pestering his man, and he's maybe got the turnover here. Nuge in there with a quick stick, gets it turned over, and now Nuge is going to try and get this one going to Draisaitl. He can't, and the Blues just heavy, sturdy on their sticks, keep that play alive and get it out of their zone into the Oilers' end. That one along the boards is going to be met there by the Oilers and Blues, where it's again met there by the Oilers and Blues, and to the near side boards, met by Parayko this time. Barbashev will come up with the puck at the near side point. He'll go far side point. The shot may be coming. Shot does come. Tipped in front, and now Draisaitl is just lazily going to let it be chipped down, where the Blues will end their shift, and so too will the Oilers on this flip draw in on Binnington, who sees it. Batted off to Parayko. He'll move it ahead right at the blue line of the Blues. Good shift change there by Shen to get out there to the blue line that quickly. And now all of a sudden the Blues have possession again, and now the Blues starting to come up here with it. But that's a good stick by Puljujarvi to exit the zone before allowing the Blues to continue the attack. This one will be met there behind the net by Foegele on the tip-in. And now this one played by Niemelainen. Again, Niemelainen just lowered the boom on Shen, took him out. And now here's a chance for McLeod to get this one out. It's to Foegele. Fogel's going to see nobody and chip it ahead. Binnington's going to come out and play it. Foegele tries to slam his man, can't do it, and this one's tipped ahead into the neutral, where Puljujarvi and Barrie will go chasing after it. Barrie's got it ahead to Kulak. Kulak looking for an option here. He will skate it a little bit and move it forward to Puljujarvi, who interrupts that play again. Tipped there by the Oilers defenseman Barrie, and Barrie misses that opportunity. Shot saved by Campbell. And now all of a sudden you got loading up here Derek Ryan down the wing. Derek Ryan's driving in behind the net, and he just had his stick almost stolen out of his hand by Robert Bortuzzo, but no penalty on the play. And the Oilers will start back the other way, defensively clawing back into action. Ryan's going to tip this one up off the boards, and it'll go into the offensive zone for the Oilers, where Bortuzzo, who's had a tough game against the Oilers forecheck, turns it over again. And Zach Hyman will have a chance to skate it from in behind the Blues net. He turns back around. He'll lift it kind of on the backhand. Can't get it going anywhere. He gets it again. He's going to get bumped there. Shore and Ryan out there working hard. This fourth line, I've liked them. They've been a positive in this game so far in the limited time they've played. Hyman will club it off the end boards. They'll go right to a Blues stick, and they will be able to clear the zone and get back the other way. Good work there by the Oilers, but not enough to get a chance on net. And this one will be chipped there. Again, another opportunity. Tarasenko loads up, shoots the puck, and it goes high and up over top of the net. So the Blues control again. Shot misses again. And an opportunity here for Tarasenko at the top of the zone. He'll go across to Parayko. Parayko will go to Shen, across to Tarasenko, but it misses him on the sauce. And the Blues will control in the zone. Chance here for Leddy. He fakes the shot, wires it again. Saved by Jack Campbell. Cece's tied up with Tarasenko. And it goes up off Campbell again. And Connor McDavid chasing around in his own zone. Able to chip it there to Darnell Nurse, who will go ahead and get it into the neutral ice. But the Oilers just can't get it out into possession in the neutral zone. Off a skate there. Shot opportunity goes off of something in front and goes back behind the net. And the Blues again got an Oilers tired line out there, and they are just running them around. 11:04 to go here in this second period. The Oilers all of a sudden running out of gas on this shift. Darnell Nurse will go out there and skate it. He'll go D to D. And the Oilers will exit the zone. Ahead tipped there by the Oilers. Kyler Yamamoto. Before it's back into possession by the Blues. And the Blues will see it turned back by the Oilers. Kane sees it off his stick. And the Oilers still battling here, trying to get this going. 10:37 to go in the second period. Fired ahead by the Blues. And Barbashev's going to move this one around. And here's a chance now for the Blues to get it going. Bouchard takes his man out. Please do not be a penalty. It is not. So, Leon Draisaitl will start back the other way. He'll get it across to Nugent Hopkins. Nuge will fire up. Wrist on net. Can't slide it 5-hole. So Nuge is going to battle this one on the boards. It'll be worked back. Yamamoto's on this line now. As this will be Leon Draisaitl looking back for the option in Yamamoto. Yamamoto will be taken out there by the Blues. And this one, though, will go right back to him, his area anyway. And the Blues get it out at the line, and that will be met by Neighbors, who will get a chance to shoot across the line and off the blocker of Campbell. So a shot registered for Jake Neighbors, former Edmonton Oil King. And this one will be flipped in by the Oilers into the far side corner, where I think Leon Draisaitl came up with that puck momentarily. And this one's still in the zone. Draisaitl still got it. Puljujarvi loses it in his skates, and the Blues are able to chip it off the boards and out. 9:27 to go in the second. Barrie up to Puljujarvi, who gets it to Niemelainen. Niemelainen fires it in. Now Binnington out there. Puljujarvi pressuring. Again, that's been one good thing. The Oilers have done a lot of pressure on Binnington early, and that's just losing the skate of the blade, and shot opportunity for the Oilers. And this one, again, does not go out of play. That's a couple of pucks that have gone up off the goalie that has just not gone out of play. Fogle here, the Oilers' pressure starting to come on this shift too, keeping the Blues hemmed in their own zone. And the Oilers are just going out there pressuring Binnington, causing turnovers for the defensemen. And here's an opportunity now for the Oilers to keep this puck in again. They do, they poke it through, but it goes onto the stick of Bortuzzo after a line change. So the Oilers even up in the shot department, 11-11. And this is a good old grind it out, just kind of fire it away kind of period here for the Oilers. And this one's going to be shot. Nope, nothing happened. No. And this one's going to be shot from Leddy, blocked in front. And there's a good save from Jack Campbell, as that one just kind of bobbles on down to him. So low event hockey, friends. Very low event hockey from the Oilers in this period. But hopefully the Oilers can start getting things going here in this second period, the back half at least, at some point, because at some point you got to get things rolling. What do we got? Looks like some old Cold Lake Ice footage has some views. The Cold Lake Ice versus Killam Kings line brawl has a view. So does Bray Howitt versus Kyle Sanders in Killam and Cold Lake fight there as well. 196 to go so far in this hour. That's not too bad at all. We're on pace for 600. We're rocking and we're rolling. And I'm just going to send you guys an ad so far. Let's see what we can't do here to get some kind of information out of Twitter. I'm cramping up sitting down here already. I have to stretch out. Dylan Gunther scored his first NHL goal, talking about former Edmonton Oil Kings. And low event hockey here in Edmonton, so Mark Spector agrees. Edmonton knows it can win games 5-4, but it's games like this one they'll have to master if they really want to contend. Well, so far they're not doing bad despite being down. And what do we got? Get back in this matinee match. Yeah, it's been a sleepy one. I think honestly, if I could show a picture of my cat in the post game, you guys would understand how sleepy this one has been. This is a very sleepy one here this morning. Alright, anyway, we're back to hockey. Cat pictures aside. Alright. Oh, cool. A little family from Okotoks got a hangout with Ken Holland the other day. It's pretty cool. It's an alright go, I guess you could say. And Ken Holland getting to spend time. Those are early bird prizes. Those are some really cool prizes, that's for sure, that they have this year. Now this face-off won by the Oilers. Finally a good face-off won by the Oilers. Chipped away and away they go. Out of the zone. This one played there. Connor McDavid just out of his reach. Alright, let's see what we got going here. 8 minutes to go. Oof, bad turnover. Oh, what a save by Campbell. What a save by Jack Campbell. That one keeps it 1-0. That was unreal. Folks, I don't know what to tell you there. If you didn't see that save by Jack Campbell, you'll see it on Twitter, you'll see it on Facebook later on. That was a masterful save by Jack Campbell on just an absolutely brutal Oilers turnover. And now the Blues still in control of this puck. And the Oilers trying to work this one out, but they just can't seem to get it out. Neither team's really had good success exiting the zone today. And here's a chance here for Hyman to get this one from getting anywhere deep. And he's got to pressure down on Falk. And Falk will have to go back behind the net. 7:17 to go in this second period, pardon me. Feels like the first period, how it's still a feeling out process between these two teams. But Thomas is going to take it around behind the net. He's going to wire a shot here. No, he's going to dance a man and wire and fire it up off of the something. I don't know where that went, but it didn't go on net. And now Evander Kane back the other way. Mr. Connor McDavid coming. I'm getting those text messages now. I don't know if he's in here, but I know Jackson's already razzing me a little bit about this Oilers start. We like to see that. 6:41 to go. And Kane will go back down to McDavid. McDavid back behind the net. McDavid peers to Yamamoto, but he's got to know how long McDavid's stick is, Yamamoto's stick is, and he did not connect on that pass. So here we go. Cody Ceci looking for Darnell Nurse. Nurse will play it ahead to Puljujarvi, who plays it ahead to Foegele. And here's the high-flying crowd. Here's Foegele dancing through, and he lost it in his feet. What a pass there by Puljujarvi to get it to Foegele. Another pass there, misses Ryan McLeod, and that would have been a gorgeous opportunity there had the Oilers converted. But now Marcus Niemelainen back on the attack in his defensive zone, trying to get this puck out, and that's nice play there by McLeod to initiate contact, take it, and make the play. Now he's already got the puck again at the blue line. Foegele going to wire the shot, save. What an opportunity there as McLeod was side of the net. Shot for Murray, as that would have been beautiful if they could have cashed. And all of a sudden the Oilers have some life here, as it looks like there's a delayed penalty. No, what am I seeing? Am I seeing 6 guys? I don't think I am. And this one's going to be chipped out. Sorry, my eyes were deceiving me. I thought I saw 6 guys on the ice. I thought there was a delayed penalty. But the Oilers have worked the Blues into an icing call, and that's the thing. The Oilers picking up the ante a little bit and just working a little harder, and that's the thing. They're getting it going. I don't even think that they're being overly more physical. I think for the Oilers, all they did on that shift properly was just invite the contact, right? The Blues wanted to be physical with them, so they're like, yeah, we'll play off you. And that's what McLeod and Niemelainen did, is they played off the contact, and it was good. Shot saved on Darnell Nurse. Now all of a sudden the Oilers have 7 shots this period. They're only having 5 last period, and they are just trailing the Blues 13-12 in the shot department. 5:10 to go in this second period. Again, back half of the period has belonged to the Oilers so far. This one moved ahead. That's Devon Shore going there to Kyler Yamamoto. Yamamoto sees Justin Falk go there. 4:58 to go in this second period. The Oilers battle along there. Barry's playing that. And is anything happening here? I don't think so. Barry's got the chance. 4:45 to go. And this is played back. And Tyson Barrie stumbles. He's able to play the puck to Yamamoto. Nurse up there taking an aggressive opportunity to clear the zone, and now the Oilers will clear the zone. Devon Shore gets it out. Man, I'm a lot more tired than I thought, but this game's also a lot sleepier than I thought, so that's where we find ourselves. 4:20 to go in this second period. And here we go. Connor McDavid loading up. Connor McDavid's got Nick Leddy flat-footed. He's cutting to the net. Connor McDavid just last second deflected. And Kane just plays it off his skates. Couldn't get it going. So 4 minutes to go in this second period. That was high-flying Connor McDavid right there. Yes, Puljujarvi on the top line with Kane and McDavid. This is not necessarily, yes, Puljujarvi's earned top-line time. It's just more or less, yes, Puljujarvi's up there just based on rotation. And there it is. Here we go. Connor McDavid in the near side corner. He's going to interrupt that play, and the Blues are going to clear the zone. So now back the other way. The Blues coming in the Oilers' end. Nice defensive stick there by Kulak, but he turns it right over. Shot tipped in front, and Jack Campbell to save. And this one back now. Edmonton back the other way. 3-on-2 opportunity, curling it to the front of the net, and Kane again can't find it on his stick, so it's tipped in front and away from him. But the Blues now starting to push a little bit more. I think the Oilers' effort here in the second is kind of throwing the Blues back. I just saw the comment mentioning the Blues playing a perfect road game, but you're starting to see a couple of cracks in their game here late in this second period, and it's coming at some point as the Oilers are really starting to shove it. And here's Leon Draisaitl trying to get to the front of the net. Binnington's down and out. Nuge fires the shot, saved by Binnington, whacked off the back of the net by Draisaitl. And see, the Oilers are coming. The Oilers are starting to work here a lot harder in this second period, and they just can't bite the bounces. Kind of similar to that Buffalo game. Just can't bite the bounces here on good effort, and they're just getting out a little bit unlucky. It just is what it is. As the Oilers move this one ahead, Yamamoto in on the attack. He's getting on the forecheck. He gets to Draisaitl. Draisaitl's going to go off the boards, play it to the defenseman. Shot comes in, and the Oilers are unfortunately offside. And Yamamoto does not care. He's going to take it. And they are going to call Yamamoto, I guess, for not clearing the zone. But look at this opportunity here. Nuge just didn't have a shooting lane, and he just hits Binnington in the helmet. That's as unlucky as you can get. We're at a commercial break right here with a few minutes to go in this second period. We're rocking and rolling, friends. We are really looking good here in this hockey game so far. I think the Oilers really starting to come back to life, and that's what you like to see. We're also, I'd like to mention this just before I lose track of it. We are 6 subscribers on Dolynny TV, away from 9,200. So if you haven't joined the channel yet, maybe consider doing that. It's absolute free. So just hit that subscribe button, and we will have the post game. We'll have another probably discussion later on tonight if I have some time. We'll see what the Oilers can give us to talk about tonight for sure. As we're up over how many views for the day? I gotta figure we're up over what? 313, 10, 1340, 1460 for the day. Not too bad at all. Not complaining about that at all. And need a bounce. Need a bounce. The Oilers just haven't been able to bite those bounces yet early in the season. I mean, I think you start getting those bounces going the right way at the crease for the Oilers, and suddenly things start changing quite a bit. I'd love to go get a coffee, but there isn't a Tim Hortons right in my backyard, unfortunately. I do know a guy that has a Tim Hortons literally in his backyard, but yeah, for me, I don't got Tim's in the backyard. Small town Alberta living. It is just a tough thing that I'm going to have to go upstairs and make a tea upstairs, I guess. That's all I got. I don't drink coffee at home. That's the thing to take to work. And they're saluting the Oilers warrior of the game. We got things happening here in this second period just outside of the Blues blue line. Oilers looking to get going. As this one will be won back by the Oilers. Darnell Nurse goes across D to D. And now here's played ahead. There's Connor McDavid. There he's in on the attack. McDavid chance on net. And again, Connor just can't find the handle. That I think has been the Oilers' biggest weakness this game. Is Connor's had a good game. Just can't find the handle around the net. And that's going to cost them a couple opportunities here. As Kane will be able to knock it down. The Oilers keep possession here on the offensive zone though. So they're starting to come around a little bit more. And here's an opportunity for Connor behind the net. He's going to go back to the top of the crease. And shot just bounces into skates and finds a blue stick just like it has all night. And that is out to the blue line where Kane will control it there. He'll move it ahead to Connor McDavid. McDavid will flip it in and Darnell Nurse gives chase. And now McDavid will go to, good chance there as Yamamoto almost had it going there, and now it'll be worked out into the neutral. Chance there for Nurse to fire it in. He does, and again the Oilers meet it there. So the Oilers forecheckers have been rather good this game. It's just you just haven't been able to buy the bounces, and every bounce in the offensive zone for the Oilers is ending up on a blue stick or off an Oilers skate. So some point that's going to change, and McLeod's going to figure this one out from behind his own net, and he's coming up here as he goes across to Warren Fogle. Fogle's going to risk this one on net, and it bounced off another body in front and goes to the near side. Fogle's going to play it there. It goes off another body, another bounce, and away the Blues come for 40 seconds to go in this second period, as the Blues and Oilers engaged in a 1-0 low event game so far. And Warren Fogle will just dump this ahead to Puljujärvi, who tips it in on Binnington. Binnington forced to handle that puck, and that one was maybe almost a sketchy chance there for the Oilers, but they couldn't get it, and now the Blues back the other way, curling this puck towards Jack Campbell. Can't get it going. 15. Do not tell me Leon Draisaitl just took a penalty there, and it does not appear they have. And the St. Louis Blues will skate it out, and that will be it. That will be all for this second period of play, my friends. 1-0 for the Blues. I think, again, right, that perfect road game is you want to sit on a lead and just not allow the other team to have an opportunity. That's kind of the definition of the perfect road game. But for the Oilers is if they could just buy a bounce. That's all it comes down to, is they just need to buy a bounce here, and they haven't been able to do it quite yet. Welcome in everybody that's just joined the stream here earlier, JT. But we need to just get something going here in this third period. We've had some looks, we've had some opportunities, but you're not gonna get anywhere in the NHL if you're not good enough to be lucky and lucky enough to be good. Right? That's the old adage. You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, but you got to be good enough to be lucky and then lucky enough to be good. So for the Oilers, chance is you got 20 minutes of play, and it's nothing for the Oilers really to put up 3 goals in a period if they really want to. So we'll see what happens here. You got to remember we were down 2 against the Buffalo Sabres and only managed 1, and we need 2 again this game to win it in regulation. So we'll see what happens. All right. Quick check of the stats before we head upstairs for a quick bathroom break. 1466 times 3.6. Oh, not 0.36, sorry. 1466 times 3.6. We are sitting on 5,200 minutes, which is 88 hours today. Thank you so much, folks. I will be right back. Just going to take a quick bathroom break and grab some more water. Thank you. Alright, here we go. We're rocking. What do we got going? We got Uri Slavkovsky, who will be out of the Habs lineup tonight against the Dallas Stars due to an upper body injury. And yeah, that's about it. There's really not much else to really mention. Other than there was something about Rick Bowness being behind the Jets net or bench for the first time this season. And Noah Juleson has been recalled as Quinn Hughes as a game time decision. It only took 4 minutes and 40 seconds for Shane Pinto to extend his goal streak to 4. Shane Pinto is the third Senators player in history to post 4 games goal streak at 21 years or younger. Alexei Yashin and Mike Fisher. That would make sense. Those are two pretty good Ottawa Senators over the course of their career. And Jacob Markstrom expected to start tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes. Alright, big and small. Colton Parayko over Skylar Yamamoto. Man, dude is literally head and shoulders taller than him. That's unreal. Alright, what do we got going? Difference in this game is a power play goal on the only power play afforded by the referees. The Oilers could for sure use a trip to the man advantage. Well, here's the thing. I think what I'd tell you about the Oilers going to the man advantage is, sure, you can always rely on the power play, but you got to go and find one. That's what Daniel Nugent-Bowman said. Said right here. It's a low-scoring game. You got to go and find one if you're the Oilers. And yeah, you know what? I don't think you need the power play. I think you just need to do it. You just need to do it and find it. And I do not play fantasy hockey. I did 1 year and actually won the league I was in because I had Connor McDavid, and McDavid was just beast mode in that mini season we had. But we find ourselves now waiting for the second period or third period to start. I don't know how I feel about the Oilers' defense and goaltending. Again, you know what? You can be worried about it all you want. I think the big part is the Oilers, as I said earlier, are just in second gear to start the season, right? Is they haven't clamped down, tightened everything up, and just haven't gotten going. And obviously, the 11-7 is a thing. You haven't played that rotation all 5 games because of starting the season with Brad Malone and all them in the lineup. Secondary to that, you've had Dylan Holloway start the year with you, didn't turn out to be what he was supposed to be after the preseason, and then got injured. You really don't have any way to create flexibility in your lineup due to the cap situation. So you're kind of a victim of circumstance to start, and it's obviously on the guys in the lineup to do different things every night. But end of the day, if you're stuck in second gear as all those guys, you just find first gear eventually and start taking it to opponents. And I think that's what we'll see here. Obviously, Buffalo, Carolina, and St. Louis tonight. We have not seen the same Oilers team that we saw against Calgary and Vancouver. We've seen a much steadier team, right? The Carolina game, sure, we allow 4 goals, but don't forget, Andrei Svechnikov absolutely wires 2 out of 4 goals into the back of the net. And I mean, there's very few guys in the NHL who can even do that. So you look at it from that point of view. You got Stuart Skinner giving you a chance every night. Jack Campbell in the past 2 games has given you a chance. I think you're perfectly fine. I think there's nothing to be worried about yet. And I think it's one of those things that we'll figure it out as it goes along, right? Early times, you look at the Oilers' standings right now. Tonight, things could shake up, especially if the Oilers lose. But you go out there and find a way to win tonight. I mean, that's something we can absolutely still do, is find a way to win. You do that if you're the Edmonton Oilers, and I think it's all game over from there. You start building a winning streak and start going for a little bit of a ride here. But you're mid-pack in the Western Conference. You're 8-9. With the St. Louis Blues. You got 4 points, right? A point right now would jump, or 2 points right now would jump you up into that 6-point range, and before anything really happens tonight, that jumps you into the top 5 of action. Obviously, the Colorado Avalanche play the Vegas Golden Knights tonight, so there's a couple of things that could shake loose, but it's one of those things for the Oilers. I think you just go out there and can control what you can control, and that's getting into first gear and really going out there and doing your job best you can. So hopefully they take care of it here. And what does Dylan Holloway's future with the Oilers look like? Just stay healthy. Just stay healthy and start building your NHL game. That's really all there is right now at this point. Is he's just got to start building his NHL game. Obviously, rookie mistakes are going to happen like it did against Vancouver, but now you just got to go out there, get healthy again, and come back in the lineup and hopefully be of use. And for the Oilers, right, because they couldn't place him on LTIR, that's why we don't have another guy up here. But I could see maybe Holloway getting sent down and bringing up James Hamblin, who started the season in Bakersfield very well off. So it'd be interesting to see what the Oilers do here with their roster as soon as Dylan Holloway is healthy. That said, friends, we're up over 1,568 views on the stream. Thank you so much for everyone who's tuned in so far tonight. Really appreciate that. We're at 3:41 Mountain Standard Time tonight, and they're talking about the Oilers' defense kind of getting in the way of shots here today, and that's kind of been the key for the Oilers, is they've limited more of the dangerous Blues chances just simply by getting active sticks. And that's one area where the Oilers on both ends have been tough on the Blues, is tough on the sticks and tough on the passes, and that's been good to see from the Oilers. They've been working really well today, just kind of clamping down and finding that first gear in terms of that forecheck and work ethic. But now you got to find the finish, you got to find the passing ability, and you got to find everything else associated with winning hockey games, that's for sure. So, yeah. Oh, and guys, absolutely. So JT just thanking me for answering your question there. If you guys have any questions during the intermissions, like you see, I don't answer questions I'll note things as I go along in the play-by-play during the regular periods, but in the intermissions, that's my time to kind of shine and interact with you guys and kind of give you the more wide open discussion. But hey, you know what? I don't get to do a lot of play-by-play anymore, so I'd love to keep doing play-by-play as much as I can during the periods, and then worry about things after that. All right. What do we got? No power plays for Edmonton through in a physical low event game. I really wouldn't say it's that physical overall. They're absolutely holding their own with St. Louis, but can Edmonton find a goal or two and win this kind of game? This isn't Oilers hockey, nor is it particularly compelling, but you have to win these games too. Like, some of the stuff that Mark Spector just tweets out, it's just like, it's humoring himself really at the end of the day. Well, here's the thing. Time is really not ticking. You got to remember, the Oilers were out of the playoffs in February or in December when they went on one of those 2 6-game losing streaks last year, and the Oilers end up going all the way to the conference finals. There's plenty of time to make up ground, especially when you're the Edmonton Oilers and find your game. You can make up ground very quickly. So that's where you're treading water right now. You're 500. At worst, you fall a game below 500 to a team that's still undefeated, may I mention. So for the Oilers, right? But you got to find a way to win this game. You don't give up here going into the third period. Cool, the Blues can have it, whatever. No, you find a way to win this game, whether it be an overtime, shootout, whatever it takes. You just go out there and find this game. So we'll see what we got going here. St. Louis Blues this season, 91 minutes and 58 seconds time leading. That's one thing you got to change. If you want to win this game, you got to find time to finish off these guys. All right. Lucky engaged, saying there ain't much room for Connor McDavid. I don't think Connor McDavid's making as much room for Connor McDavid as Connor McDavid normally does. That's another thing I've kind of noticed. McDavid's had moments where he's been brilliant, but he's still also not doing very Connor McDavid things, so it is kind of interesting to see what they can do here in this third period if he can kind of figure himself out and get it going. It crossed over 1,615 views on the stream. Thanks so much, folks. Having a great afternoon with you. And I think this has been a lot more of a game where we've kind of been picking brains today, as opposed to how the past few games have gone. Buffalo Sabres live stream, there wasn't really much brain picking to go, as it was just a lot of hope and let's get this done. And then obviously too, sweating it out in that third period. However, also a very quiet stream tonight. We only peaked up at 75, which is alright. I did not expect much out of a Saturday stream, and somehow, someway, I'm going to be able to exit today with a 2,000 view day on a Saturday, which is a pretty big get for a guy on YouTube who's just small-time Oilers, so it is what it is. Wow. Stauffer. Oh, yeah. Stauffer wasn't a great coach, but he was good. Oh, that's going to be a line that kind of rots a little bit in Oilers media, that's for sure. And the odds of the Oilers scoring the goal, can they buy a bounce in front of the net? Can they find a way to get some kind of weird bounce that goes in? Because that's what's costing them here the past couple of nights. They're going back to that Sabres game, even that Flames game, is they just have not been able to buy a bounce in front of the net that just accidentally goes in the net. And Carolina, sure, they had a couple of lucky, fortunate bounces, but they won that game. We're talking about games they're losing, trying to get back into that they can't buy a bounce. And do you think McDavid is the best hockey player in the world? Yeah, I think Connor McDavid absolutely is. Absolutely. Because who else is doing what he's doing? I think you could throw some other guys in here and they could have some success, but Connor McDavid right now is the best there is. I don't know what Connor Bedard's going to have to say about that, but here's the thing. This is year 8 of Connor McDavid. So we've got this year, next year, and the year after as the best years of Connor McDavid we'll ever see. Right? This is technically supposed to be the glory years for Connor McDavid, whether it's winning cups or personal achievements. This is the glory years. So we'll see what happens here. And the stream being quiet because people are having afternoon naps. Hey, you know what? If you had a good big breakfast, big brunch at 11 o'clock and came and sat down on the couch and started watching this game at 1 o'clock and you're falling asleep already, hey, 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock. I can't argue. See, thing is, again with the Oilers, is everybody that comes into the streams, oh, don't worry, they're a third period team. Well, thing is, yeah, sure, that's fine, but I think now is you have to rely on that, unfortunately. Right? You have to rely on them being a third period team. So, here we go. Commercial break in progress, which will lead to us going right to puck drop. This new Sportsnet Now app killing me. It kills the vibe. Like, all I'm listening to, literally all I'm listening to, is the dog walk around upstairs and my furnace little heater, I've got fireplace thing warming me up down here. So, a little bit brutal, but we'll survive either way. And just kind of seeing if there's anything else that's getting views. The Edmonton Oilers versus Calgary Flames NHL play-by-play streams got views. The Connor McDavid news from Oilers Nation in the preseason's got news. And now we find ourselves, just waiting for it. It is going into the third period. And here we go. The Blues are on the ice. There's Jordan Kyrou. We are ready for this to go. Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas, $65 million for each of them. They were 2 points apiece away from tying each other. They're going to get this going. All right, 8-year contract extension for Thomas and Kyrou. Yeah. Wow, Jordan Kyrou, young little guy, and now he's aged up. Hey. Gene talking about the Teletubbies. Sorry I went silent there, but I don't know what to tell you when Gene's talking about the Teletubbies. Alright, let's finish this off. Let's have a good finish to this stream. The first full one of the season. And let's go out there and clap ourselves a victory, shall we? Against the St. Louis Blues. Leon Draisaitl's line starts things off for the Oilers at center ice. Go get it. Of course, it looks like Ryan O'Reilly's line is going to start things for the St. Louis Blues. Timer is here, and the referee skates back and ready to drop this puck into the face-off dot. Draisaitl, O'Reilly, and they will do it again. They faked him out, and Draisaitl wins that face-off back to Hyman, who nifty play there to get in on the attack right away. And all of a sudden, Hyman's moving his skates right out of the start. You like to see that as the Oilers in on that forecheck still. That was a nice pinch there by the blue line, keeping that puck alive. And the Oilers going to work along the boards. Another almost turnover, just couldn't buy it there. And that's a workmanlike effort there from the Oilers. Right there to start this first period, the first 23 seconds of this period against the Blues in this third period. This one's going to be tapped ahead. And now Barry's going to fire it in, wrist it in all the way to Justin Falk, who's going to see it come down to Kailer Yamamoto, who scoops in there. And again, that forecheck, just being puck in the lane kind of deal, gets it going. All right, Cody Ceci right here, 19:09 to go in this third period. The Oilers going to get Connor McDavid on the ice. He's going to be turned back there by Robert Thomas. It's going to bobble over the stick of Nurse into the far side wall, and now Nurse to Ceci behind the net, moved ahead, and that's going to be a nice play there to Kailer Yamamoto by Kane. Yamamoto digs on down deep. Kane's going to work in there. Kane's going to go back behind the net, and Kane's going to leave it there for McDavid now. McDavid turning, and this is where you feel something magical is going to happen. Ceci gets a shot blocked in front. Shot comes back in from the point, blocked again. Nice play there by Nurse to keep it on. And now Nurse gets it from Connor McDavid. Nurse will go back behind the net, goes up over top of the net actually, and Nurse will swing it there. Ceci's going to see it go past him, and the Blues trying to chase this one down, but Ceci, the chap of the stick, gets it going to the Blues blue line again, where the Oilers again, Darnell Nurse takes contact, initiates it, rubs them off, and all of a sudden the Oilers coming out here kind of owning the ice here in the first 2 minutes of this game, not really giving the Blues a chance to breathe. This is good news for the Oilers. This is how you want to start the game. Here's Darnell Nurse turning back. He's going to fire it off the boards. Puljujärvi tips it in, and here's Ryan McLeod going after this puck. He's going to battle on down, and now a nice play there by McLeod to get back to his feet. He turns over the puck, but look at this. The Oilers defense again standing tall at the line. Now Ryan McLeod trying to get back into this play. Sorry, that's Ryan Murray trying to get back into the play, and then all of a sudden just the bowl into the net, and yikes, that was a little bit of car crash in Jack Campbell as the play came a little quicker than I thought. And that was a quick little development play off the rush there for the Blues, as Warren Foegele almost had it, but the puck took a hop. All right, there it is. There it is. This one going down the ice. Neighbors, good play there. And I see, and hold on. I'm seeing this. Please, our objective is to make the playoffs only. Well, that's the key, but you got to start winning games if you want to get into the playoffs. You want to get into the playoffs as soon as possible, and that's what the Oilers are trying to do here by getting a victory against the St. Louis Blues tonight. 17:40 to go in this third period. As Ryan McLeod's going here into the far near side wall. It's going to be moved off the wall now by Bouchard, who will get it going ahead and into the blue zone, hustling after it. Warren Foegele, who interrupts the play by the defenseman again. And now McLeod and Puljujärvi giving chase. Bouchard's going to keep this in last-ditch effort. And what a play there by Puljujärvi to keep it onside after the effort by Bouchard. And now a chance there for Bouchard to work it ahead. He's going to be onside. Derek Ryan comes over the boards. Ryan's going to fire a shot blocked in front again. Just a little whiff of a shot on net, looking for a sniff of the pads and couldn't get it going. So Ryan Murray will get it going back the other way into his own end, where Darnell Nurse will be over the boards and into action again here. 16:50 to go in this third period. This one goes up off a couple of bodies, and now the Blues chasing in their own zone again, trying to keep this puck alive. They get it over in the neutral. Here comes Kyrou. Kyrou's across. One-timer shot saved by Campbell, and it comes loose, and nobody knows where this puck is. Chance for the Blues. It's onto the stick of Kyrou again. Back here, chance now to the near side. Mikkola is going to fire the shot. Goes wide of the net. And Blues controlling this, their first real setup of the period. 16:20 to go in this first period or third period. And chance here now, side of the net. As this is Connor McDavid. Juggling, look at Connor juggling that puck. Shot backhander on Binnington. And that was some kind of hand-eye by Connor McDavid. Probably the niftiest thing we've seen him do tonight. Just simply bobbling that puck. 15:54 to go in the third period. Tyson Barrie's going ahead. This one's across to Zach Hyman. Hyman's going to leave it there for Draisaitl. Near side now behind the net. And Hyman just got leveled. And this one's going to be worked there by the Oilers. Now off the stick to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, 15:34 to go. He turns the puck over. Shot fired. Goes past Jack Campbell, and the Oilers regroup after the turnover. And Campbell's just going to say, no. Enough of this. We're going to turn this puck over again. I don't think so. We're going to hold up and whistle it down. So here we go. Look at the can of worms that just opened in the comments. What do we got going here? For your third period reading, 5 Oilers prospects delivering exceptional early performance. Yeah, Reed Schaefer's having himself a good go. What do we got? Hand-eye by Connor McDavid there was on another level. And look at this, Connor just juggling that puck, and trying to get it chased down into the blue zone. And this one there by the Oilers, a face-off win, 15:23 to go here in this third period. Chance for the Oilers to move this one ahead. Kailer Yamamoto goes and pushes it through. He's got Kane. Kane wraps it in front. McDavid couldn't find the bounce in front again. It goes on by everyone where the Blues dump it down. Cody Ceci takes it to the puck. And, well, that'll be Blues possession as Ceci got outskated. Here's a blast from the point. Parayko can't score that puck, so the Oilers again come up with this one. And it's Darnell Nurse leading it out, flipping it up off the boards, and it will go down for an icing. Alright. What do we got going here? We are up over 1,700 views on the stream, 638 views this hour. Alright, even better than the earlier pace. We'll take whatever we can get, that's for sure. Let's go get this. Jay Woodcroft and Glenn Gullinson talking things over. Connor McDavid drawing into the face-off. Shots are only 19-16 at this point of the game. Keep that in mind. Shots are 19-16 for the St. Louis Blues. Let's go finish this off, shall we? 14:51 to go in the third period. Oilers get the face-off win. They'll be forced back to Cody Ceci near side corner. He'll flip it along the boards. And it'll be to Connor McDavid. McDavid goes across to Evander Kane. Kane flips it down, and to absolutely nobody. It's onto the tape of St. Louis Blues. Torrey Krug back the other way the Blues come. Barbashev to Kyrou. Can't get it going. Kyrou's going to play it there and just leave it down. This is going to be a chance here for Ceci to flip it into the middle of the ice again and allow Connor to skate into it as he whistles for a line change. This one's going to be worked across. Oh man, Blues player's stick explodes. And this might be a chance here for Puljujarvi, who flips up on the puck. Now 14:09 to go in this third period. Puck goes down the ice, and that, my friends, will be an icing call against the St. Louis Blues. Markus Niemelainen out there, I believe we've seen a lot more of him than we did against Carolina in my estimation of things. The third period of play. 14:03 to go, 1-0 for the St. Louis Blues. This one will be to the right of Jordan Binnington. My back's nice and warm, and Leon Draisaitl loses the face-off. It's fired back to the blue line where it's kept in by Bouchard niftily with the body, but it's out by the Blues now and fired into the Oilers' end. Jack Campbell plays it there. He'll go across to Niemelainen, who's getting some big moments here in this third period to try and come up with something for the Oilers. Nobody really knows where this puck is. It's back all the way to Jack Campbell. Campbell was in the trapezoid area, but the puck was in the restricted zone, so he couldn't play it. Now it's worked ahead, and here comes Leon Draisaitl with Zach Hyman on his flank. And Draisaitl to Hyman. Hyman the chance, and Nuge just can't bury the rebound, just overextends for it. Kept onside there, a chance here. This one's going to the side, and this one turned there by Nuge. Nuge will play it there. He'll go across to Ceci. Ceci fired down off the pads of Binnington, looking for that rebound, but the player was in behind the goaltender. 13:06 to go here in the third period, and that was good setup there by that second line of the Oilers. And here's Darnell Nurse firing across. Darnell Nurse fires the shot, blocked in front. He's going to try to chip it across. He can't. And now Hyman's going to see it come to Draisaitl. Draisaitl is going to look for a passing lane, maybe a shot lane, and he does, in on Binnington, who read him all the way and freezes up the puck. So the Oilers pushing hard here in this third period, but they still can't buy a goal. And look at this one, nice little feed to Hyman, but Nuge just can't get the rebound there. and we go to commercial break quickly. I'm going to take a chance to go to the bathroom, and we will be right back with the rest of this third period. Back just in time. We just timed that one very well, and there we go. A closer look for the Oilers here in this game. And this is going to be the turnover for the Oilers that has not been good so far tonight. Just very, very terrible effort in the defensive zone with some weak turnovers tonight. But so far it hasn't cost them. So hopefully you just go get a turnover by the Blues. And I mean, here's the thing. That's why the turnovers for the Oilers aren't such a heavy topic. Is the Oilers have gotten just as many turnovers over to the Blues as they have given the Blues. That's been the nice part. Alright. That was a quick run down the stairs. Haven't had to run that fast in a while. I heard the game flip. 12:35 to go in the third period. The Oilers now out shooting the Blues 20-19 for the first time all game. So we'll take that. Don't mind me. Now let's go finish this 12:35 off. Face off to the right of Binnington. Going to go down, and Fogel's going to get on the attack here early and often on this shift. And this one will be chipped out in the neutral zone. And down the ice it goes. Jack Campbell fires it around the boards. And Warren Foegele will pick it up there. He'll play it ahead. Puljujärvi looking for an option there. He couldn't get it. So now the Blues, Binnington plays it to the defenseman. Neighbors shorts it ahead into the Oilers zone. And this one will go down the ice, and here's a chance to go down the ice again for the Oilers. But they are turned back, and Barbashev chips it again into their own end. As Murray will pick this one up, he will get it ahead to Kulak. Sorry, that's Connor. That's Connor there. And now Kane's skating with it. Kane's skating with it. All right. Bouchard down to Kane. Kane down to McDavid. Or sorry, Draisaitl and McDavid are back together. Okay, so Draisaitl and McDavid are back together. All right. That's the combination. You know what? You're running 11-7. You're bound to see that at some point. And Jay Woodcroft has waited all night to bust it out until the last few minutes of the third period. And here we go. Connor McDavid in flight. He's got a chance to go. He's going to wrestle this one in on Binnington. It takes a weird hop. He's going to play it across to Draisaitl. Comes all the way to Bouchard. Bouchard down to Draisaitl. Now off the boards to McDavid. McDavid, and all of a sudden this shift's flying. And here's a chance for Kane. Wires one on Binnington. But he's stopped right there. 11:08 to go in the third period. That was a tight look. That was a good look from Evander Kane. Now all of a sudden we got ourselves just waiting for this one to get done. That's all that matters now, is we need a result, whether it's a win or a loss. The Oilers have played well enough to have a win here if they want it. Now that's the thing. Well enough now, but they still got to go out there and win the hockey game. Because they haven't dug themselves a hole or anything. They can very well come back from this. Obviously, it might take overtime tonight the way this one's going. But it's fine and dandy. This one's down the ice. And now Cody Cece's going to go back behind the net. And the Oilers are going to play this off the backhand of Hyman. That is a weak zone clear, but it works. And now Cece's got the puck. He'll fire it down. I'd love to see one of the defensemen score a goal to tie this one. I am not kidding you there, how much I'd love to see that. This one down off the boards, and now the Oilers possess the puck. They're going to fire it again off the boards. And this one's going to go out into the neutral, off an Oilers stick at the blue line of the Blues, and back D to D at the Oilers' own zone. And they will get it up and out as this one moved ahead by Nuge. And while 10:20 to go here in this third period, desperation time soon to kick in for the Oilers as Tyson Barrie initiates that contact. And that's been the biggest change I've seen in this game from the Oilers, is the D, when they're going to possess a puck in their own zone, they're starting to initiate that contact, trying to take the bump off the Blues player. And we have an interference call against the Blues. We have an interference call against the Blues. No way. Here we go. Where was that? 2 minutes power play for the Oilers. You like to see that. Torpchenko. Oh, that's a pick. That's a pick. You can't do that. That was one heck of... I mean, it was a sneaky little pick, but the refs call it. Walker takes an interference call. And the Oilers will get the power play. And you know, blood is in the water right now. Before it's even been sniffed, the blood is in the water. And the Oilers are here to get things going. This is a tight checking game, but the Oilers looking to crack the St. Louis Blues on the penalty kill for the first time ever this season. 37.5% on the power play are the Oilers this year, and they're looking to get something going. But that's an early turnover, and skating it back the other way go the Blues. Draisaitl trying to get it back checked, and he does. Ryan O'Reilly can't get it done, so now the Blues just trying to bleed time off the clock as best they can. And there's Mr. Tyson Barrie coming up with the puck for the Oilers as the Blues will retreat a little bit. Ryan O'Reilly will see it skate by him. And now you know they're looking for Connor McDavid, but because they've got Ryan O'Reilly back, Leon Draisaitl is going to deke to the move into the offensive zone. Here's Barrie. He goes across to Nuge. Barrie back at the high point. Barrie to Nuge. Nuge half wall, down wall to McDavid. McDavid's looking for the option. He's got Hyman in front, but of course he's the wrong-handedness to try and tap that home. Nice play there by Hyman. Back to the blue line for Barrie. Now Nuge will see this one go across the ice to Draisaitl, who absolutely blew a tire trying to get that puck. And it's a 2-on-1 back the other way. Nuge, defensively responsible, gets back and gets there for it. So now Hyman's going to play this one off the end wall. 57 seconds to go, and the Oilers still without a shot on this power play, as Hyman will just leave it there, and McDavid, for the first time all power play, will wind up, and he will get a chance down the ice. Here's an opportunity now for the Oilers as they go back to the blue line. Bouchard back there. He's looking. He's going to walk to Nugent Hopkins. Nuge back down low to McDavid. McDavid looking around behind the net. He's surveying. He's got the near side corner. He's walking out. He's back to the blue line now. Nuge and McDavid switch off. McDavid tries a pass. Centering pass fired off, and Bouchard misses it at the blue line on keeping that puck onside. The Oilers, though, quickly regain the zone. Draisaitl's going to see this puck go into the zone. Bushbaum coming, wired and blocked in front. And now all of a sudden, that's a nice play there by Bortuzzo to hold up the man. And this one is going to be flipped up and off the boards, and Bouchard slow to get back. It's going to chip it ahead, and the Oilers' power play is done and dusted. But here comes Connor McDavid, as he just loses the handle on that puck again for like the 5th or 6th time tonight. They'll go for wholesale line changes, will the Oilers and Blues. 7:55 to go in this third period. Down the ice, the Oilers power play really came up with nothing there. That was not even a momentum shifter, if at anything. This one's going to be moved ahead now by Ryan McLeod, who gains the zone. He's still got this puck, and wouldn't it be something to see this new look third line that the Oilers have been rolling the last 2 games come through with a big goal here in the clutch. Down by 1, late third period, back half at least of the third period, as that's going to be Ryan McLeod loading up. He's looked very confident to start the season. He's going to get across the blue line, and that's going to be now Evander Kane out there on this third line after not seeing any power play time. Puljujärvi out there, he'll tip it forward, and that will go off the side of Binnington, who just lazily left it there. And now Evander Kane's going to fire this shot into traffic onto a Blues stick. And the Oilers just cannot buy something getting through to Binnington tonight. 21-19, the shots in favor of the Oilers. 6:55 to go in the third period of play. This one fired down by Nurse. It'll go down into the Blues end, and it will be an icing call against the Oilers. Rough go there for the Oilers, that is for sure. And we are up over 1,900 views on the day. Don't mind me. Drysdale gets back. That's what all that matters. This Blues team is still doing a very good job holding down the lead. 1-0 there. Shots for Leon Draisaitl, only 2 tonight, but I mean, no Oilers has really had that many shots. I don't think outside of maybe McDavid, but this one here, chance for Foegele, who will move it ahead to Derek Ryan. Derek Ryan will go off the end boards. Foegele gets taken out. 6:31 to go in this third period as time ticks away heavy against the Oilers. This one's going to be back down. And flip there to, well, Kailer Yamamoto, who's got his man in flight, Kulak and Foegele. Fogel's still pressuring Parayko. Fogel's got to take a good look there not to take a penalty. He does. 6:09 to go in this third period. The Oilers need to not get lulled to sleep in the next 5 minutes. You can't leave this for the last minute of play. That's the big part. You need the goal in the next 4 minutes before the 2-minute mark so as you can keep pushing to win the game late. As the Oilers push this one out of the zone, here it comes the other way. And Kane's pushing ahead. You like to see this. To Ryan McLeod. McLeod can't get it on net though. And this one's going to be flipped into the corner where it's going to go back the other way. So this one's going back into Blues possession in their own zone. Third period of play. The Oilers see that puck cut off by a stick of McLeod at the bench. McLeod, who's seen a lot of time late here in this third period because he's been bringing the energy. He's been skating this one, shot by Evander Kane, and it goes out of the zone. Tyson Barrier retreats. 5:19 to go, and that pit in my stomach is feeling large right now. Uncomfortable feeling, that is for sure. Turnover by the Oilers, shot saved by Campbell. His 20th of the night, a solid save there. And now, 19th out of 20 for the first time tonight. And Falk keeping McDavid at bay there. And the Oilers fans really not having too much to complain about in terms of penalties tonight, but you know they'd like to see another power play here to try and tie it late, as that's the strength of the Oilers, and that's always all reliable, despite it coming up 0 for 1 tonight, and the penalty kill coming up 0 for 1 as well. Evan Bouchard getting it going here. 4:38 to go. Evan Bouchard up to Darnell Nurse. Nurse will flip it in off the boards. He'll rim it around to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl goes down low. Hyman gives chase with Connor McDavid back, supporting him on the far side corner. McDavid plays around. Bouchard can't pinch. So now Leon Draisaitl will try to pressure the puck carrier. 3-on-2 back the other way. 4-on-2 for the Blues. Diving play by Nurse comes up with the block. And now Hyman leaves it for Nurse. We got 4 minutes to go. We got 2 minutes inside that critical area I was saying. But for the Oilers, Nurse will get this going. And it will be flipped in. And turn back the other way. 20-1, the shots here between the Blues and Oilers. This one flipped in by the Oilers. Zone. And tough chance here. Cece's going to come up with it. Nuge to Yamamoto. I'm falling asleep. Sorry, I'm falling asleep sitting up, honestly. This one, just a chance here in the offensive zone now. Yamamoto sees it come back to Cece. Cece's got it. He's holding the zone, and he did not keep it onside. So back the other way into the Blues zone. The Blues with possession, and they will work it up and out quickly into the middle of the ice where they will chip it ahead. Jack Campbell will be content to pick that up and freeze it. And we've got 3:17 to go in the third period, my friends. Just down by 1 goal. We've got a good chance here to finish this live stream with at least 2,000 views on the night. That's good. It might be the only positive to take away from this hockey game, but we will be fine and dandy. Let's do. All right. We got a tight little bit of period to go. We got it going. It's been tight. It's been a tight game. Hopefully, we can get things going here in this final 3 and change. Congrats to Oilers fan with 50-50 ticket who's won the suite for 12 to the December 7th game against the Coyotes. 835,000. The Stars lose 4-3 in OT, but it was a Caulfield game-winning goal. Ah, they're already memeing Nathan on Twitter here. But we got nothing much left. Adam Fantilli. Looking forward to hopefully a good draft. Alright. Vander Kane. Hit of the game. Blocking guys down into the corner, punishing them. Alright. Alrighty, Vander Kane. Looking for something. The Oilers, I don't know if they're getting ready for this or not. I don't know if they have it left in the tank to get it done today on a Saturday afternoon game, but this was the expected result from all of the Oilers media. They kind of hyped this up to be a bore, and I think that's exactly what it's been. As Puljujärvi comes across the blue line, he whiffs up on a shot. He's still going to chase down on Falk and come up with possession there. Barry's trying to hold the line. He can't. Now back the other way come the Blues before it's turned over to Warren Foegele. Sorry, again, those new numbers are so deceiving. And now Darnell Nurse flips it in for Puljujärvi, who goes around behind the boards to Nurse. Nurse in there with McLeod, staying high. And that's clearing over is Evander Kane back to play. So even Tyson Barrie was out of the play. 2:29 to go here in. Going, shot saved by Campbell. 2:23 to go in this third period. Letty's going to play this one down. And Nurse will play it there, and this one just kind of getting sloppier to end. The Blues not really possessing the puck, but the Oilers not being hard enough on them to take possession back. Darnell Nurse kind of no effort there, and all of a sudden here's a chance from the blue line. Shot saved by Campbell, and now here's Draisaitl picking up a gear. Draisaitl's got a gear. He's across the blue line. Draisaitl's going to fire the shot, saved by Binnington, who just stonewalls him right there. Beauty of a pad save from Leon Draisaitl. And this one's going to go back the other way. 6-on-4 now for the Oilers, who see this one kept in at the blue line. So now it's going to come there, and Bouchard's going to meet it. He's going to freeze the puck momentarily. It's going to go off and down the ice for an icing call against the Blues with $1:32 to go. So the Oilers get their face-off in the offensive zone. We've crossed 2,000 views on the stream, so I think we've had ourselves a pretty productive afternoon here on Dolynny TV. Shot saved by Jack Campbell. Darnell Nurse, this was a great little play there, but not hard enough to get it out. And yeah, just weak plays along the boards here for the Oilers. And that one inches away from going under the blocker of Jordan Binnington. The Oilers get the offensive zone draw to the right of Binnington here. Draisaitl lines up. He's lost a couple of these tonight. And Evander Kane loses that one. So we'll rock in Connor McDavid from up top on the high position. And the Oilers looking to try and take things going, as this one's going to be one back, as that's a nice play there by the Oilers to win the face-off. So now Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and company trying to win this hockey game, or even at least just tie it here and get a point. As it's worked up back behind the boards, the Oilers come up with it. It's back to the blue line. Now Evan Bouchard will go to Leon Draisaitl, who will go across to absolutely nobody, and it will be iced again by the Blues. So we will set it up again. And you gotta feel the Oilers are taking advantage here, making a couple of little plays to just keep the Blues in their own end and hopefully give us that tying goal we're looking for here in the last $1.06 before this game's done. So Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and company will all take it going. Of course, if they keep getting the face-offs, they'll be able to get themselves a timeout with time remaining in the offensive zone. And this one chipped by the Blues, and that one's going to go down the ice. Dead center of the net, 2-0. She's done. I don't think the Oilers are coming back 2 goals in a minute or 2. But what a shot. What a shot there by Justin Falk. He just hammers it down the ice over top of the official and just nails the middle of the net. All right, 1:02 to go in this third period. And down the ice it goes into the Blues territory. The Oilers going to keep trying to come, and they will, as Barry will flip this one on net. Just nothing happening there. Devon Shore is going to get a shot, gets an opportunity to get a shot on net. Tyson Barrie fires it down again, blocked by the Blues. Blues have been so active in the lanes tonight. That's one thing they've done well. And now Devon Shore back behind the Blues net. Derek Ryan stumbling on that puck. They're trying to give the fourth line an opportunity here, rest the boys. And this is going to be a chance here for the Oilers to keep the play alive. Shot back down, and this one's shot on net. Justin Bington slams the door shut. The Oilers' net is empty again. They're just trying to go for one here. Devon Shore behind the net as this one's met by Derek Ryan. The Oilers really doing nothing to drive the puck to the front of the net. And this one's going to go to Tyson Barrie. Shot fired, and Binnington without his stick comes up with the save, and that is it. That is all. The Oilers, a lot of zone time. I'd love to see the 5-on-5 possession metrics in this game, but they fall 2-0, 1-0 with an empty netter to the St. Louis Blues. Folks, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening, this afternoon, wherever it is, for wherever you are. I am up